Welcome to session 12. So, previously, you arrived in Katniss and managed to become official colonists. You were given 60 mithna each and a place to stay in 2 rooms at the colony tenements for 1 month, ending on Farika 12th. It is now Nylea 14th. You entered the Halakis of Mithina and spoke to Epestor. He explained the situation. He needs a group of people with martial skills to help discover what infests the Valolis ruins and how to remove them, with extra pay if you do it yourselves. You agree to travel to the Valolis ruins and to leave in less than a week from the time you took the mission. And you were given detailed instructions. You were paid 50 mithna in advance, with the other 200 once you return. In addition to the money, if you are successful, you'll be granted full membership in the Halakis of Mithina. Judge visited the library of Katniss, speaking to Astakos. You paid for entrance multiple times. You learned, though, that the artifacts and codices were not available. You learned what little there is of arcane knowledge at the library, and that you seek out the Forbidden Library at the Oracle of Keranos. You also learned more of the traditions and history of the land. You visited the local taverns to meet Sebastian, and you found out about the ceremony occurring at the evening of the 14th. Darcy visited the School of Herodis and learned more about Urbanig, the various regions and locations of the underworld, such as the Jorn Realm, the Sea, Siphon, the Dim Reach, and the Eyes of Sorg, and the 4 entrances, the Steeps, the Cleft, the Shattered Gate, and the Cocytus River. Along the way, you learned more about more confirmation that the Tower of Menace is southwest of the Temple of Deal, and that the Hammer of Deal grants great strength but limits intellect. You learned that a worm in a cave between Ancus and Rhea Watchtowers likely protects the jaws of Drebos, which seems to have some ability to drain life. You also learned that this place is related to the Steeps. You also heard rumors of bandits in the area. You learned that the Snakes of Farika, supposedly found at the Valolis ruins, is an artifact and is rumored to have the power to paralyze or poison. You learned that someone saw a flying man and others to the north off the road in an area where the mountains form a triangular area. You also learned that there might be a cave or caves in that area. You have spent the 13th and most of the 14th in the city, learning more about the culture. You had planned to leave the city the next day, perhaps visit the broken statue to repair it, and start your journey. But for tonight, as we begin, you have just arrived at the Temple of Keranos. The sun will set soon. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to the map. Activate. All right, so as you arrive at the Temple of Keranos, you can see that people are all already gathering. You can see that there are several areas to sit, basically stools, in carpeted areas or rugs, on top of rugs that clearly were moved here for the occasion. You see tables full of food, fruits of various kinds, and drink as well. And several braziers have been lit to light up the area as the sun begins to set. Further on, you can see a priest and priestess standing in front of a large temple, the Temple of Keranos, as well as various supplies on either side of the temple. Inside, you can see some sort of pool, an offering table, and a giant statue inside. Presumably of the god Keranos. And as you arrive, Sebastian walks up, and he says, "Hello. I'm glad you can make it. They're set. People are still arriving, and everything's being prepared. But I hope you don't mind. I've been kind of waiting for you because my father, Simonides, and the father of my friends, Mayon. They're together, and they kind of wanted to speak for a little bit. Is that okay?
That is fine.
See why not? Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the ceremony is going to begin soon, but just for a few minutes while everybody's showing up. And at that point, he kind of starts leading you away toward toward two people who
Uh,
stand in front of the temple. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just switching out of my god form because
Yeah,
I'm
I'm assuming
definitely not a
everybody
bard.
is in their human
Yes.
forms.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
all
just
right,
wanted that to be correct so that it didn't become troublesome later.
fair enough. And okay, that's fine. We'll just assume you're in your human form for now. All right, so as you approach, you can see several people sitting on stools as you pass by, kind of talking together. You see one person already standing by a table with a wine glass in his hand. Probably was probably drinking before he even showed up here. Um, and you see two dignified people as you approach. One, they're both probably middle-aged, although one has a much more of a beard than the other. And it is clear by their dress that these are both very important people, and you can see the finery of their clothing. Reminds you of a noble from your own worlds. And as you approach, one of them steps forward and he bows his head slightly to you, Darcy. Is there anybody else who's gone up, or is it just Darcy?
Are
I'll
we
go up and
supposed to
pay my
go up? I
respects.
thought we were just
I
gonna
think
remain in the
Judge is
back.
trying to, or
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll just to
Sebastian
quietly pay respects.
told the whole group to go, but
Yeah.
Darcy was the first one to act. So is the whole group going, or are you going to hang back and let Darcy take care of it?
I'll go up,
Uh,
but I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. We'll be there as support, but only
yeah,
Okay,
it'd be
only
rude not to actually
fair enough. So
approach.
you're at least there, so he can see you. Okay, great.
yeah.
Okay, and then so Simon Eyes kind of bows your head, or his head slightly to Darcy and the rest of the group, and he says, "So, boy, this is the people you've been telling me so much about." And
Oh
Sebastian
boy.
gestures towards him. Yes, Father. That's Darcy, and there's a judge over there. Sorry. There's what judge? What did you say your name was to him?
No, I think I used judge with him.
Oh, you did use judge. That's judge over there, and then a bunch of other people in the group as well. And he says, "Well, welcome. I must thank you for what you've done. The creatures out there, the panthers and other animals. They've gotten wild of late. I've been pushing for to pass a bill um, to get more troops out there. These islands, I tell you. But money and people, it's trouble to. It's difficult to get the people we need.
In the background, I'm rolling my eyes.
And then Mayon steps forward, and as he looks at you, you notice that Simonides, he looks at you, and he has a kindly look to his eye. He definitely appears to hold you to some esteem, at least to be thankful. But man, on the other hand, when he looks at you, his stare is cold. And Mayon bows his head slightly and he says, "Well, it appears that your presence was great for young Sebastian. I am happy that he survived. It is unfortunate, however, that you were unable to do anything for my boys, Orias and Iolus. But nevertheless, I am happy that Sebastian has survived. And then
That was
Simonides says,
targeted.
he puts his hand on Maius' shoulder. I know it's troublesome for you, old friend, and I wish that your boys had survived as well. But these people are heroes. Saving one boy is better than none. They would all be dead now if it wasn't for them. And you see Maius kind of look at Simonides and then look at the group and kind of look back and forth a couple of times. And he says, of course. One life is better than none. It is, well, perhaps the ceremony needs to start soon. But perhaps afterward we can have a longer chat. And Simon says, yes, of course. They would love to regale us of their story about how they defeated the animals, yes? And he gestures toward Darcy.
Of course, after the ceremony, we can tell you everything.
That next Panther reference, I just roll my eyes again and sigh.
You notice as you do that Simonides doesn't seem to notice, but Mayon kind of gives you the side eye a little as you do that, and then looks back towards Darcy, and it says, "Yes, I'd be very interested to hear how you saved one boy from the animals, but were unfortunately unable to save the others."
All right, I'm gonna walk up at this point.
Okay.
Look at you, taking initiative.
Yeah.
It is interesting that you seem to assume that there were 3 there and we just decided to allow 2 to die. We can only deal with the circumstances that was presented in front of us, and we only found 1 survivor.
At that point, Mayon raises his eyebrow and says, "You do what you can. We will discuss this more once the ceremony has ended." And then he looks at Simonides. "It is time we get this started, I believe." And Simonides, "Yes, welcome everyone. Please, find seats, and we will begin the ceremony. And once the ceremony is over, we can have a longer discussion. But until then, we really should get this going." And then at that point, Simonides and Mayon make their way to the front of the temple, and then they stand off to either side. And you see a priest and a priestess step forward. So it's been since you kind of arrived, and you talk to the 2 fathers, and you kind of go back and kind of find seats. Sebastian kind of goes to find a seat as well. Then about half an hour passes, and the sun finally sets. And as the sun sets, one of the priests starts speaking. He says, "Welcome, everyone. I would like for everyone here to turn around and look at the sea." And as you look at the sea, you see that there are 2 boats visible in the distance, sitting next to the dock. A gong sounds behind you, and 2 people can be seen pushing the boats into the sea. They have sails unfurled, and so the wind gently pushes them away from the docks. Then the 2 people pull out torches, lit torches, and they throw them into the boats. And there seems to be some sort of kindling or some sort of fuel in the boats because they immediately catch on fire. And so they continue to sail out as the contents within the boats start burning up in a bonfire. And then the priest begins to speak. Keranos, the time has come for these young men, Orius and Iolus, to pass from this world. Let the tempest engulf them in its furious embrace and send them out to the sea. May you lead them to the undermount rivers, then to the sea of Erminig. May they sail onward to Siphon, passing from Methina to Aetheros, so that they may be ferried to the care of Drebos. And as he finishes, he then starts to talking about starts talking about the boys and various events in their lives. And after a few minutes of speaking, he steps back, and at this point, Simonides and Maon step forward, and Simonides starts talking, and he says, "Welcome, everyone. The loss of those two boys was quite tragic indeed. They were full of life, and they had promising futures ahead of them. My boy in particular, Sebastian, loved those two men, and they were close friends, often getting into trouble, more often than I would like." And some people in the crowd laugh at that, presumably seeming to recall things. And he says, "But they were all good in the end. It is a most tragic event indeed." And Maon, you can see a tear coming out of one of Maon's eyes, and he says, "A tragedy indeed. Those boys were the most important thing in my life. Looking back, perhaps I let them run too freely. Perhaps I should have kept closer tabs on them and Sebastian as well. But indeed, the events have transpired, and at least one of the trio have survived. And he bows toward Simonides, and I am thankful for your boy's survival, as I grieve for my own. But that is the nature of things. They will travel to Erminig, and they will experience the next phase in their existence. Sebastian." And Sebastian kind of walks up, and he kind of looks around nervously, wringing his hands a bit, and he says, "Well, they were my best friends, and yeah, we got into a lot of trouble. Sometimes we drank too much, and we didn't always do what was expected of us, but they were probably going to become senators, or at least join the government as well. And so it's a loss for everyone that they are gone. And if it wasn't for some friends of mine who are here tonight, I would be gone as well. So I wish them well." And you can see that Sebastian... Oh, I moved the wrong guy. I'm sorry. Where is Sebastian?
Yeah, that's me. Sebastian
next to
looks
Darcy
like
in
me.
the back.
He's the
Okay.
younger looking me.
Yeah. Anyway, and Sebastian kind of says, "But and he keeps trying to say something. You can tell, he's crying a bit, and he's having trouble finding his words.
Can I
That's
give
all.
him inspiration?
Yeah, somebody give him bardic inspiration. This is
Bardic
burning around
inspiration,
him.
you can do it.
He just kind of makes his way to his seat, and then sits down. And at this point, Mayon kind of steps to the center, and he says, "Well, thank you everyone for coming. The boys will move on to the next phase. I wish to invite everyone here to partake in the drink and to celebrate the lives of the two boys, Arias and Iolus. Please, later we will have a feast, but for now you may snack upon the fruits, enjoy the drink, and reminisce of fond memories of the boys." And he kind of steps back, and everybody kind of, moves off. Some people start going off to the tables, grabbing some fruit and grabbing some drinks. And in the meantime, I've noticed that somebody has put up a large marker. What's that for?
Want me?
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know where it came from, so I'll delete it. All right. So after that, Sebastian kind of looks for Darcy, and he says, "You guys enjoy yourselves for a little bit. I'm gonna go talk to my dad and see what's going on. Sorry if there's about everything, but I'll be back." And he kind of starts wandering off. So what do you guys do?
What do we
Can
got
I-
here in the way of...
Think.
Go ahead.
Since he was gonna go talk to his dad, I was gonna try to give him some bardic inspiration, actually be successful in speaking to his dad, since he seems to be really nervous and worked up.
Okay. All right.
Sprinkle in some,
So
help.
basically, as he's leaving, you're gonna give him bardic inspiration, basically.
yeah,
All right. Go ahead.
sneak in some good thoughts.
He's gonna need it. He's kind of struggling.
I know. God, he's struggling. I think it's a D8. There you go. There you go, buddy. That's a good one.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a proper roll since you bothered to do that.
Whatever he's
Oh
trying
my
to do.
God.
Yeah, he
Oh,
needed
he
help.
needed it.
A 15 is all right though. That's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I think.
Would have been
Alright.
terrible without the bardic though.
I know,
Super bad.
right?
No.
Ugh. Someone hold his hand.
So you give him the bardic inspiration, and you see him kind of go off, and you can see him speaking to both Simonides and Mayon. And in the meantime, you see other people, grabbing drinks off the tables. There seems to be multiple cups already pre-filled with wine, and you can see grapes and oranges and apples and various other fruits. The guests seem to be talking amongst themselves. You hear some sadness, but you also hear some laughter. You'll hear something about one of the boys was climbing on the roof of one of the temples, and apparently he slipped and he fell off and landed in some bushes right in front of him. Just to kind of get out of the bushes and kind of run off in embarrassment. So what are you going to do?
Amateurs.
Man, sounds like
Well-
these guys had, luck on their side.
I don't know. If they had luck on their side, they wouldn't be falling off the roofs.
The fact they landed in a bush instead of breaking something just tells me enough. Look, nature would have had its course regardless.
Meanwhile, I can spend all night on a roof without getting myself killed. Anyway, I'm making a beeline for the beverages. Is it all the same stuff?
Yeah, it's a moderately strong, um, uh, red wine with a slight apple taste to it.
Spirits for the spirits.
I'll grab, unless there's a big cup, I'm gonna grab 2.
Okay, you grab 2, and as you do, you notice that this other woman kind of walks over, noticing. Oh, that was weird. Kind of walks up, noticing you grab 2, and she says, "So, do you have a friend, or are they both for you?" As she also grabs 2 of them. You can tell as she wobbles back and forth a bit, stumbling a little bit on her way there, that she's had more than 2.
Well, I have been to too many funerals, and it turns out you never really get used to them.
Ripping on Jimmy.
And I take a sip.
It's not bad stuff. I wish it were stronger, though, as she pounds one of the cups.
Well, where quality is lacking, there is always quantity. I see you are of the same school of thought.
Yeah. So, what brings you here? I don't remember you. She wobbles back and forth. Were you attached to one of the families?
I was part of the group that rescued Sebastian.
Oh, you're one of the heroes, huh? Heroes, yeah.
Well, I do wish I'd been there a few minutes sooner, perhaps.
So, how many of those abominations did you kill? She gives you this kind of bloodthirsty smile.
Not enough. There is still plenty more justice to dole out.
Yeah, you're telling me. If I didn't have a bad leg and if I wasn't a woman, I'd be out there killing them myself. And she kind of stumbles to her seat. All right, Judge, what are you doing?
I'm just Judge is just going to be by the fruit, sampling some of the strawberries and plums, etc., etc., and just listening, paying attention to what's going on. He saw that exchange.
Say that last part again. You're
He's
by
going.
the sampling. You're sampling. What else?
And I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on. He, from a distance, just kind of witnessed that person stumble up and say a few words to Cyclonin, and he's keeps checking over his shoulder to see how Sebastian's doing. And he's just checking all of the interactions, seeing what's going on, who's talking.
Okay, that sounds good. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Insight work as well.
I'll take perception because it's a little better.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking around, and you notice that, and this isn't a shocker, but you notice that the woman who was talking to Cyclonin has already had a few drinks. Clearly, she started before she even showed up here at the funeral. As you look around to other people, you notice that Sebastian is talking to Mayon and Simonides, and you notice that Sebastian is, you hear him kind of cracking up a little bit, and his voice cracking up, and you notice that Simonides is seems to be attempting to console him, as you would expect. notice that Mayon is there, and he's going through the motions, but there's a coldness to Mayon, the way he looks at Simonides and the way he looks at Sebastian, and every once in a while he'll glance over discreetly at members of the group that were introduced. Um, and in fact, it's discreetly enough that it seems to be well practiced, paying attention to people without being noticed. However, in this case, you happen to notice because of just how attentive you are. All right, Tavros isn't here yet, right?
I'm here.
Oh, you are. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you went through the ceremony. How much of the ceremony did you catch?
I got here like right at the beginning.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so what are you gonna do? What are you doing now?
I'm also gonna grab a drink.
Okay, so yeah, you find plenty of drinks on the tables, and it seems to be palatable, moderately strong wine. You start sipping it. There's also some grapes and whatnot to eat as well. Conglomerate, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna. I have one job here today, and that's to eat grapes, drink some wine, and not talk to people. So that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Yep, stuff your face.
Yep,
Yep.
grapes are tasty, wine is tasty, and I
Fair
will
enough.
not talk to people tonight if I can help it.
I will gladly join you in that one.
All right. Speaking of which, Gizzard, you're up. So what are you doing? You're gonna go to the table and start grabbing some wine, or are you gonna do something else?
Absolutely. I'll hang with Joel. Joel, why am I blanking on your character's name? It doesn't
It is
say
Kong.
Kong.
Yeah, you
Oh
can
my
hover
gosh.
over your mouse cursor over the characters, and you should be able to see the name pop up.
For some reason, in the bottom left, Joel's is the only name that doesn't appear next to his name. Oh, Joel and Shane.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I
I
noticed
don't
that
know.
other stuff.
I don't know how
I
to
don't know.
change that.
Me neither.
Oh, that's weird.
Weird.
It shows up normal. Maybe it's a server glitch.
I don't know. Anyways,
It's done that
I'm
for
gonna
me
join.
too.
I'm gonna join Kong. I'm gonna drink wine and eat. Is there cheese?
From what you can tell, it's pretty much all wine. It's either moderately strong
Oh, wow.
wine or diluted wine.
Okay, I'll take moderately strong wine and some grapes
Okay.
and just hang out.
All right. So you start hanging out there. So Darcy or Cyclonin?
I don't know what I'm standing in front of, but Darcy's gonna like pick at the food and use her positioning to snoop in on the conversation between these three.
Okay. So yeah, you're listening in. They're not speaking super loudly, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you give me a perception check to see what you hear.
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, where is it? Persuasion, performance, their perception. Ugh.
Okay.
There we go. I got the good ears.
Yeah. So Sebastian is basically talking a bit about some experiences he had with his friends, and how he's having a harder time dealing with it than he expected. And Simonides seems to be trying to keep him calm. One thing you notice is Mayon seems to be suggesting that maybe Sebastian should take a break and travel a bit. Get away from it all, and especially from places where he's been with the boys. Um, yeah, that's basically what's going on.
How convenient.
All right, Cyclonin, what are you doing?
I'm just sort of standing nearby. I'm not really trying to be subtle. I'm just kind of standing there as if I'm waiting for their conversation to finish, just paying careful attention to the guy who's just going through the motions.
Okay, fair enough. So about a half an hour passes with you guys mingling, eating, drinking, listening to the conversation, and at some point Simonides speaks to Sebastian, kind of whispers something to him, and then Sebastian kind of turns around, seeing Cyclonin and Darcy nearby, and he walks up and he says, so um, the my father and Mayon, they're gonna go into the temple to to kind of say a prayer, and they asked me to ask you if you wanted to go in and have a private chat with them.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah, just follow me, and he leads you away, kind of gesturing for the group.
Oh, all of us have to go.
I don't think you have to. I mean,
Okay.
Alright,
you
here
can
we
sit
go.
there and eat fruit back there if you want.
I mean, I do feel safer eating fruit, but I think I should go
As
too.
Judge is coming up, he actually grabs a small plate, puts 2 or 3 of
Say
each
that
of the
again, Tyler.
larger. As Judge is coming up last behind the group, he grabs a small plate and puts 2 or 3 pieces of the larger whole mouth-sized fruits on it and
Okay.
kinds of brings it in behind everybody.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So yeah, as you approach, you see Mayon and Simonides there, and Simonides says, "Well, that thank you for coming to the ceremony. As you can tell, it is quite sad for most. Though we, at these ceremonies, as you know, we try to celebrate the life of those departed and recognize that they are moving on to the next stage and joining the dead in the city of Typhoon. But it these are still sad times. Only so much can be done about that. So please liven it up a bit. I've been speaking with Mayon here, and he seems to be most curious on what happened. So please regale us with your tale. How is it that you saved Sebastian? I have had trouble getting him to give me a complete picture. I know that involved Panthers and you risking your lives, but that's about all I know about it.
I look away to roll my eyes this time.
You're just gonna keep huffing because they keep mentioning Panthers.
Well, there is that, but also the kind of the annoyance about the whole sort of fake rescue.
They
I mean,
seem to be waiting for you guys to begin regaling.
okay. Well, the rescue isn't as grandiose as it might be sounding. When we came, his friends were already gone. Um, we managed to, well, I managed to distract the Panthers with a song, loud noises, more or less. Less fighting than you might think.
Go on.
Do they seem to be accepting the story so far, or they're still on the fence?
They seem to be on the fence, but go ahead and give me a deception check to see which side of the fence they're on.
I'm technically not lying. There wasn't much fighting for saving him.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, good. You can swap in a persuasion check then.
Because I did say I used my my song to do it.
Okay.
Persuasion, yay, we're good at this. God, please don't roll shit. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it seems like Simonides seems to be completely on board. He believes, you get the sense from him that he doesn't have any reason not to believe you. Whereas Mayon seems more skeptical.
We noticed some of the creatures that set up an ambush situation. We were able to disrupt their ambush, but there were more of them. So at some point, we had to leave this area. It was more important to save who we could than it was to try to exterminate each and every one of those creatures, especially if it could potentially mean that all of us would die.
And then Mayon speaks. You have an interesting tale, and it is true that those creatures have been known to be a danger. And there are other animals and other creatures out there that clearly are an issue. And he looks at Simonides and says, "You keep talking about this bill that will put more troops on the roads, yet I see no action." And he turns back to everyone else and he says, "You will have to excuse me. I am rather perturbed. But nevertheless, it is good that Sebastian has survived. Now, you say that you cannot destroy the beasts. Were you able to see the corpses of my boys? Were you able to gather any of their belongings?"
The individuals were dragged away. We did not find where they were taken to. And given that the creatures had the advantage of numbers, it was too dangerous to look for them. We do plan to go back and deal with the creatures, and if we can find them, we plan to bring them back.
He nods and he says, "Well then, to change the subject, Simonides, I think it's time that you help your boy to heal." And he turns to the rest of you and he says, "I have looked into your past. I was able to find out that Sebastian put in a good word for you. And from there, I was able to trace you to where you were staying. And I even know that you have taken a mission, a expedition for the Halakis of Methina. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find out the nature of this mission, but that is okay. The important part is you will be traveling. And I think that Sebastian has a rough time of this." And you look at Sebastian, and clearly that part is actually true. And then he says, "But I think if he leaves the city for a while, goes on a journey, that it will help him. After all, with my boys dead, he will have more. He will need to be the senator that I originally he was going to go with my boys, and they were all going to study together. But now it is just him, so he needs to clear his head and prepare."
On insight check this guy.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, you being sus.
Dude, he definitely wants to
Yeah.
get Sebastian killed. He just
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
doxed
yeah,
that's-
go
us.
outside.
He
before
literally
my
just
son
doxed
died
us
on
in
a
front of
dangerous road
everybody.
with these mercs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants Sebastian dead. He is upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some political plans too. He's trying to wave a visit
Absolutely.
So yeah,
personal
Cyclone,
power.
you're basically looking at this guy talking, and he is clearly quite angry, and he keeps making small glances between Simonides and Sebastian and your group, um, and you see that Simonides. He notices that he clearly notices that his friend's upset, but he doesn't seem to notice anything else. Or if he does, he's hiding it extremely well. Anyway, Simonides then says, "But it is dangerous out there. Your boy is your." And then Mayon interrupts. But you've already heard the story, haven't you? Sebastian is alive because these people saved him. They didn't get there in time to save my boys. That's what I'm hearing. So if he's with these people, he's perfectly safe. Who else would you put them with? Clearly, clearly they are capable. They are capable warriors. And he glances at Cyclonin and at Judge and oh, there he is, Tavros. Clearly with your strong, muscular builds. And it's like, so he'll. This is your opportunity. He leaves the city with anybody else, and he may be in danger. But this way, you know he's safe. He gets out of the city and feels better about himself. And Simonides says, I don't know. And he kind of looks over to you guys. What do you think?
Well, we will be taking a journey to the Oracle on our way. Perhaps he may stop.
And then Mayon says, see? It is as if the gods themselves are telling you to send him. He will see the Oracle. Perhaps he can gain some wisdom. And Simonides kind of steps forward. So, if I send my boy with you, you will keep him safe.
Absolutely. We can do this one thing.
He looks at Judge. And he looks at Darcy. He seems to stick with you the most, I've noticed. What do you say?
We will protect him and see to it that he makes it back.
All right,
If he
Darcy.
is willing to go.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of grab both Darcy and Sebastian, just kind of over each shoulder, kind of almost like a little hug sort of thing, but not quite. It's like, well, you have to admit they do make quite the pair.
Oh, gross.
No. No. She, hearing that, she immediately just like elbow into your ribs.
Do you
Deny.
attempt to dodge?
Hey, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and just flex my abs. It's not the first time I've taken a ribbing.
All right. So what I'm going to have you guys then do is whoever wants to make the roll can go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage because it's
I'm good at that.
it's kind of you're getting help.
Wee.
And this is to convince the father to
Doesn't matter.
let him go.
Yeah. Fortunately, the DC wasn't super high because you'd made some fairly compelling arguments. So plus your story. So Simonides nods and he says, "Well, please, the feast is about to begin. once the feast is over, I will give you my final answer. And as you look at him, you're pretty sure what that answer will be. But nevertheless, Mayon says, yes, it is time for the feast. And he starts moving, and they both start moving toward the front of the temple. Oops, not that far. And as they get to the front of the temple, you can hear Mayon start speaking again. And he says, thank you, everyone, once again for coming to the funeral for my boys. It is a grand loss for all of us that they are gone. However, we celebrate tonight their life, the fun times they had together, and of course, their passing to the next stage of their existence. And as he says this, you see several servants coming from a nearby building. It's off the map, but you can see them coming from a building to the north, and sorry, the building to the southwest. Anyway, they come on, and they're carrying food, various meats, and breads, cheeses, salads, and various other dishes. And you notice that everybody starts sitting down, and they start sitting down, and they're each given a plate, which they sit there and eat on their laps, with their drinks on the ground. And so you hear them talking to each other, and eating and drinking. Though you notice that one of the women in the front seems to be extra tipsy and winds up spilling some of her cheeses to the ground. They kind of roll around, and it's like, you should really have tables at these things. And then ultimately she winds up just kind of leaning over, giving up, and then just laying on the carpet.
Someone's wine mom.
A tragedy such as this, it is even more important to pace oneself. Which reminds me, I think I should probably grab a third drink now. Alright, are you going to come with us, Sebastian?
Well, if my father decides that I should go, I will be happy to go and see some of the world. In fact, I know you're going to the Oracle, or at least that's what you said. But if you go beyond that, I think I'll just stick with you the whole time. I don't really want to come back anytime soon, but we'll see what my father says.
Before Sebastian walks out, can I actually grab him and pull him aside for a second?
Yeah, you do so.
I just want to chat with him for a second and say, like, I know we're totally willing to take you all the way and protect you and bring you back, but if you don't want to come with us, we can also cover for you and figure something out. I want to make sure that you're doing what you want to do and not what other people tell you.
He
So,
looks at you as you say this and says, "Well, I'm not sure what I want to do long term, but I think that Mayon is right, and I if I leave the city for a while, perhaps a long while, I think that'll help me think straight."
all right, that's totally fair.
Speaking
I'll
of, I
I'll
do
let him
not
go.
trust him.
Who, Mayon? Sebastian says.
Yes.
Hmm.
He's been friends with my father for a long time, and I mean, I guess they do kind of compete, but they're both in government, but um, he's fine.
Mm,
You've never had a difficult relationship with him? He wasn't, say, the strict parent?
Oh well, I only really saw some at gatherings and stuff. He, I mean, our families are close, but usually he's busy and away, and so I guess I don't know him that much, other than those formal events and stuff. But he was always fine.
Well, we are certainly happy to have you travel with us, and it probably would do you some good to see the world. But that being said, for someone who has experienced tragedy of his own, it seems odd that he would be so willing to allow you to potentially go out and experience the same dangers that caused what has prompted this funeral. I question his motivations. Please be cautious.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm assuming if he causes any problems, my father would just deal with it. He kind of shrugs.
I'm more worried about the problems that we will have to deal with. But we will do our best to keep you safe. Certainly, I would not want to subject myself to Darcy's wrath.
He chuckles.
Well, there is a feast out there, and wine and grapes are probably not the most substantial dinner. Let us go eat.
Okay. And he goes. He passes by. Oops, I didn't mean to close the door. He passes by, and you notice Simon Ides kind of grasps Sebastian on the shoulder as he passes, um, but otherwise lets him go. And Sebastian winds up taking a seat close to the back. And as Sebastian does so, he gets he gets a plate of food put on his lap, and he starts eating. And Cyclonin, as you pass by, Simon I says, "A moment, if you don't mind."
Yes?
I don't know if we were ever properly introduced. I am Simonides Praxilus, and I am currently the reigning senator over the over these islands. Obviously, it is just a colony, and my role here is more of a rule by proxy, I guess you can call it. Mostly just keeping the mainland up to date and making sure that our policies here are match the polis at home, and that obviously in a couple of years I will have to leave again, go back to the mainland, and eventually my place will be taken by another. I think Mayon actually hoped that by then perhaps it would be one of his boys, or perhaps Sebastian. But I don't think that was likely. They have too many years of learning, and you know the rules. They will have to serve in the Senate, in the on the mainland for some time before they get sent to the colonies. Anyway, uh,
Just out of curiosity, is he like really saying all this stuff kind of in Mayon's presence?
he's kind of keeping his voice down so you can hear him, and Mayon seems to be kind of just standing and looking around. But yeah, Mayon is still nearby.
Well, as I start recognizing the conversation potentially getting a little uncomfortable, I'll try to.
Why don't we walk this way towards the food? Try to get
am a little further away from Mayon.
Okay, yeah, he follows you along, and Mayon, you notice he kind of glance over, but doesn't move to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I thought I should introduce myself, and with the hope that you would do the same.
I am Elgato.
And what brings you to these colonies?
Well, that is this is a complicated story, perhaps too complicated for the time being. But let us just say that this wasn't a voluntary expedition. So we are here trying to make the best of the situation that has been presented to us.
Oh, that is unfortunate. But you survived. That speaks well of your skills.
Or our luck, perhaps.
Well, it is perhaps foolish of me, and perhaps it is because of how highly he spoke of you, of your group, that is, or perhaps it is encouraging of Mayon, or just seeing the state of Sebastian. But I have decided to send Sebastian with you on your expedition. I would hope that if things got too dangerous, that you would either bring him back or keep him away from the danger. But you did save his life after all, and clearly you are capable warriors. Otherwise, you would not have been hired onto the Halakis of Methina, because they need people who have that particular skill set right now. It is my hope that by seeing more of the world, perhaps the Oracle, perhaps not, that he would get a larger picture of things, because ultimately he will need to travel to the mainland, and he will need to train and to become a senator. And he can't do that if he's some country bumpkin who just shows up only knowing the walls of a city in some faraway colony. He needs something, some broader horizons. And that's why I foolishly let him go with his friends to seek out these nymphs or whatever it was. Clearly, that is the worst mistake I've ever made. But he still needs to see the world. The core problem still remains. So that is why I am willing to do this. But he looks at you and he says, but I have to ask you this. And I pride myself for being a good judge of character. Well, mostly. I do have some blind sides. But can I trust you?
That is the sort of question that I think never can be answered properly. I will say, however, though, that I have spent a great deal of my life in the service of protecting people from danger. And it is not a task that I have shied away from in recent years.
He nods, and he looks. I'm not sure why, but I believe you. So I will speak to Sebastian and to Mayon as well as the rest of your group. But for some reason, I decided to speak to you, and I'm not sure why. There is something about you that strikes a chord. Perhaps it is the sadness. There's sadness I see in you. Perhaps weariness. I'm not sure. But you remind me of me earlier in life. So
I certainly hope for your sake that you have not also been to too many funerals to count.
Well, let's just say that Sebastian isn't the first child I've had, but he is the only one that now survives.
Well, we will certainly do our best to make sure that that situation does not change. I do have a question, though. You mentioned nymphs, and my question to you is, um, given what he was trying to do, what were you expecting that the outcome of such an expedition would have been? And just so you understand, there is no judgment here. I'm just kind of curious as far as what, just what people think of such mythical creatures and the likelihood of finding them.
Well, there are some that swear that they are real, or perhaps they were once real, but most acknowledge them as stories. For me, I expected him to go to wherever these nymphs are supposed to be. A spring, I believe. I think that's what he said. Anyway, I expected him to go to a nice spring, spend the day in the water, perhaps do some fishing, and then return with his friends. I had underestimated uh, how violent the creatures, the animals, had become. Foolish of me, I see. I should have sent guards. But he asked me again and again that they would be fine. There was three of them. What did I have to worry about? Well, you know how young people are. This is what I had to worry about. Does that answer your question?
It does. There is one other thing I would like to point out related to something from earlier. Perhaps this will help, perhaps ease a little bit of any pain or potential guilt. I couldn't help but notice earlier about the insistence that there should have been more guards patrolling the road.
Yes.
Well, this locate where we found him was pretty far away from the road, and while it is always an excellent idea to have security on the paths of travel, I do not believe that had they been patrolling the roads that they would have been able to do anything to save the others. So I just want you to understand that their fate was not due to any inaction on your part.
He looks at you for a moment and nods, and he says, "You are probably right on that. But the inaction that I allowed him to go, and I did not send guards with him, that, unfortunately, is not so easily answered for. But it is none of your concern. But I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. I will get back and see what Mayon is doing. Once you eat, come back with your friends, and we will give our answer in a more official way." And then he starts walking off toward Mayon. In the meantime, that was probably about 10 minutes or so of conversation. Judge, you were kind of hanging out nearby Mayon. He was kind of standing there. He was speaking to the priest a bit, and then he was also just looking around at everybody eating and drinking and so forth. So what were you doing during those 10 minutes, Judge?
Sneak attack.
I was attempting to engage Mayon in small talk to keep him distracted from anything that Cyclonin and the other guy might be saying.
Okay, so you distracted him a bit, but you notice he was also distracted by the priest and he seems to be especially distracted by the woman who's now laying on the carpet, passed out. You can tell by his gaze that he is rather annoyed at that last one. Um,
Yeah, one of the things I might happen to say in the small talk is, your wife?
no, she is not my wife. I apologize, but no.
Is she laying face up?
Yeah, she's basically
Mother-
like laying on her back, uh, and she's kind of looking up at the stars, but her eyes are closed. She would be, but her eyes are closed.
I go ahead and reach down and tilt her head to the side.
Okay. Darcy, while Judge and Cyclonen were busy talking, what were you doing?
Making a buffet plate.
Okay. Yeah, the servants will offer you a plate of food with meats and cheeses and bread if you want to sit somewhere and eat it.
Yep.
Okay,
Sit with
so
little sad boy right here.
So as you you can hold shift to move it out. There you go.
Yeah.
As you sit, you see Sebastian is kind of picking at his food already. It's kind of just looking at it and kind of picking at it and eating it. And he sees you sit down and he kind of waves and then goes back to his food. All right, Tavros, I notice you're hanging out right next to Mayon and eventually Simonides once he returns. So, what have you been doing during those 10 minutes?
I want to go over to like one of the servers and ask if they have like ask what their selection of meat is, and if they by chance have a mystery meat,
No.
Oh my god.
or if all of the meats are known.
So
No.
basically, you
Right.
ask, and she holds out a plate that seems to be already furnished with meats, cheeses, and breads. She says, I'm sorry, sir, but everybody gets the same meal. But if you want to go and add fruits, you can pick the fruits you want to add. There's none of this what you call it mystery meat.
Mystery meat. Yeah, I just don't want to know what I'm eating. I want to mystery. I want to try and figure it out for myself.
Oh, well, I just won't tell you what the meats are though.
Well,
but I know what they all
right.
are.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
May
it
I
helps if
suggest
they're
one?
not the normal meats that you would eat though. Like, is this like, am I gonna be eating like a normal every day? This is a pig or a cat. I want like I want the exotic meats that it wouldn't be a normal thing to eat.
We don't have any really exotic or meat. There's some chicken, and there is some ham. That's basically it. I'm sorry. You can visit one of the taverns if you afterward, but if this isn't to your liking.
Yeah, I guess that's what I have to do. Oh well,
All right,
I'll
Gizzard.
just go get some of the whatever they had out.
Okay, Gizzard. As Tavros is asking about mystery meat, what are you doing?
I'm not too sure. I'm not so interested in mingling and small talk. What's up, Kong? What are you up to?
All right, Kong. What are you up to?
That's a good question. I'm probably gonna make a big buffet plate of fruits and such, and then let's just I don't know. Do you want to sit
Feast.
over here, or do you want to sit somewhere else?
Let's feast over that over there's fine, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sit down at the head of the table over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's feast.
Yes, let's.
All right, so you all sit down and you enjoy your food. It isn't. I mean, it's definitely high quality. It's definitely good food. It's ham and chicken and the breads and multiple different kinds of cheeses. and it has a fresh, quality to it. It's definitely some of the better food you've had since you've been here, unless you're looking for mystery meat. Um, and some time passes, um, and at this point, Sebastian kind of gets up and says, "Hey,
Oh,
everyone."
before he makes any announcements, since I see that Kong and Gizzard are nearby, I'm gonna point out that, well, there may be no mystery meat, but if you're really interested, there is still room for vomit on the menu. Pointing at the drunk woman.
Who's now snoring
Uh,
loudly. And Judge, since you're still over there, you notice that Simonides and Mayon start, kind of chatting quietly. But you notice that in addition to Mayon looking coldly in your direction and the group's direction every once in a while, he looks even more coldly at the woman snoring on the carpet. Any annoyance he has with you seems to be even greater with her. Anyway, go ahead, Cyclone.
Yeah.
just make sure to keep her head turned to the side so that she does not drown if she vomits.
Or
Oh man, a death at
or
a funeral.
you could drag her over here and give her a plate of food and see what fun conversation she has. Just throwing that out there.
I already spoke with her. I think she is past being able to socialize with anyone.
All right.
I very quietly asked the priest if he would
Speak
politely
louder.
tell me. I very quietly asked the priest if he would politely tell me who the inebriated woman on the floor is.
If you'd like to.
Tell me the name of the inebriated woman on the floor.
Oh, okay. He wants to know the name of the woman on the floor. It is Acte. In fact, I will go ahead and put that down on her things and make it visible.
Is she the mother of one of the deceased? Is she a senator?
Hovered by anyone. There you go. So, yep, anybody can see her name if they hover over her.
And as he's talking to the priest, he asks him very quietly, "Is she mother to one of the deceased, or is she a senator?"
Sorry, say that last part again.
Is she a mother to one of the deceased, or perhaps a senator? Who is his person?
Oh, she is. Let's just say that she was a mistress.
Oh.
And let's just say that she's been a mistress to multiple people.
Oh.
And let's just say that the less said about her, the better.
Oh, guys, we gotta talk to her. She knows so much
He's
information.
passed out, buddy. You ain't getting much.
But we can wake her up later. It's not like she's going anywhere.
No, better
like-
thing is to get the tea on her from everyone else first.
All right, fair enough.
Be much easier than trying to wake a passed out drunk person.
Yeah, but that does explain why Mayon doesn't like her if he's one of her exes. But yeah.
Perhaps one of her currents.
Well, he's way too angry at her to be a current.
I don't
don't
know.
know.
That seems
I
like
don't know about
exactly
that.
the reason to be that angry.
Yeah. I need to find a way to talk to this drunk lady. I'm gonna do it at some point.
Why? Is she our type?
No. I prefer bugs, but that was so much worse. Let's pretend like that was
Wow.
never said.
Nope, it's said. It happened.
Wow.
No, she's gonna have good information, dude. If she's sleeping around with all the powerful people, you know she's seen some cool stuff in their houses.
True.
Cool stuff in their
And
houses.
been around for some shady conversations, I'm sure.
Cool stuff in their houses.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what she was interested in.
Unless you can convince someone to heal her, we may have to wait until after her hangover goes away.
Who can
fair
heal
enough.
her?
Healing would draw attention, so
Yeah, no, I get you.
I was thinking more mundane healing, but
Yeah, like a Gatorade or whatever the equivalent is in this world, or some electrolytes or something.
I'm pretty
I'd-
sure the equivalent in this world is mead.
well, I do see Sebastian stepping up. We may be about to hear an announcement.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, Sebastian continues on his way, and then you see him speaking to Simonides. And as it reaches 10 o'clock, Mayon steps forward and says, "Thank you, everyone, for attending the funeral for my departed boys. Everyone here knew them well." He looks around. Okay. Most people here knew them well and have many fond memories of them. It has been a hard night for us all, but it is time for this event to come to a close. The taverns are open if there are those among you who are still hungry or thirsty. And if you tell them you are at this event, then drinks and meals will be half off. I have already arranged for that, knowing that some of you, and he stares at the sleeping woman for a little too long, really love their drink. Thank you again. And Simonides steps up and he says, I also wish to thank everyone this evening. It has been a long night. Sebastian here who will need to move forward without his friends, and many of you will have to do so as well. The boys were well liked, and I wish everyone well in the future. As to commemorate this event and to prevent things like this from happening in the future, I will be holding a quorum in 1 week as the Acropolis is reopened to the public, and we will make sure that there are enough people guarding our streets that we gather people who are willing to beat back the wild beasts and prevent deaths like this in the future. But to do so, I will need all of your help. Tell your friends. And I can do nothing without your votes. Thank you. And then he looks around and he says, and he thinks of it again, and then he whispers something to Sebastian, and they kind of step back, and the servers start going around and collecting plates, and Sebastian makes his way over to Darcy.
And internally, I express gratitude that they didn't say panthers this time.
Fair
It's all
enough.
your fault, you and your furry kind.
You notice that people start leaving, and Sebastian comes up to you, Darcy, and he says, my father wishes to speak to all of you. So if I can get all of you to stay for a while and speak, You notice that there are a couple of people who step up and kind of pick up Acte and start carrying her off as well.
Darcy is going to ask Sebastian, what's with the drunk lady and if she's related to anyone and why she was there. Is this normal for her?
Um, yeah, she kind of comes to all these different events. Um, she has. It isn't clear to me exactly what the ties are, but she does seem to have some ties with Mayon and with various other members of the family of our two families. Um, and she started kind of coming to things because of them. And he kind of scratches his head. They seem to take turns being upset with her for some reason, but she keeps coming and they keep letting her. So I'm not entirely sure what the deal is, but she isn't actually part of our families. She isn't really all that important as far as I know. I mean, she's just a regular person. But people keep letting her in and out in ways that they probably aren't supposed to. He chuckles.
Interesting.
I do know that I'm not. I forget who it was, but there was a member of our extended family. They don't live in the city, but they had visited, and something happened. And I know that my father had paid that woman some money for some reason. So there's yeah, that's about all I know. But yeah, we're supposed to go talk to my father. So come this way, and he starts walking toward Mayon and Simonides.
And you guys don't want to talk to this lady?
Well, she
seems
got dragged
awesome.
away.
She's kind of incredible.
She's kind of the best.
All right.
Mr. Window Conglomerate.
As everybody approaches, Mayon and Simonides kind of watches as you approach, and Simonides says, "It has been decided. I spoke to one of you, and we had our conversation before. I've spoken to Sebastian and to Mayon, and I have decided to put Sebastian in your care and allow him to insist that he travel with you for a while. Sebastian, you need to see the world. I understand what has happened with your friends, and we all grieve for them. But yet, I think it would be good for you to get away from politics, to get away from the city for a while, from your studies even, as hard as I push you on those, and to travel. If you wish, if you can see the oracle, then that would be wise. But even still, see how other people live, see other towns, see the countryside. And I am surprisingly confident that with this group that you will be okay. I would suggest, no, I demand that you do not stray far from them, that you seek their protection, and that you do as they ask, unless it is inappropriate. They are clearly seasoned warriors, travelers, and I am trusting them to keep you safe." And Sebastian kind of looks up and he says, "Are you sure this is? You were against this before?" And he says, "Yes, I was, but I understand the logic of it now. I cannot let tragedies of the past keep you back. You must learn more if you are to become a proper senator. And Sebastian kind of looks down and says, "Oh, okay." And then he turns to you, Darcy, and he says, "I officially put him in your care."
You have to babysit him.
I was gonna have to do that anyways.
Is this acceptable to everyone? Sebastian
Yeah.
nods.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, I'm good with it.
Mayon says, "Well, Simonides, I believe you made the right choice here. He does need to see the world, and without the interaction with my sons, I believe that he needs to learn if he is to be a proper senator." And Simonides looks over to him. "He is further along in his studies than you believe. He would make a proper senator today, but I do believe that seeing the world is for his benefit." And Mayon says, Of course. He was behind, but he was behind my sons, but I'm sure he'll be fine. If you will all excuse me, I think I've had enough for one night." And Mayon starts heading away as well. Simonides looks around. "Well, it was good to finally meet you all. I should help the priests with the remainder of the cleanup in the temple. I see that the servants need to leave as well. It has rather been a long day, but thank you for saving my son, and for taking care of him in this upcoming journey. Is there anything anybody wishes to say before I take my leave?"
It was very nice to meet you, and
In that case, I wish you all a good night, and I hope to see you again. I may ask, when are you leaving? Tomorrow, I assume.
I actually don't remember. I think it was tomorrow though.
I think
Yeah,
I
I think
think
so.
we wanted to leave tomorrow if we could, just to get to get on the road. But also we didn't really pack or plan anything so far as supplies goes. So
We can just grab some
certainly.
stuff in the morning. I feel like
yeah,
we can
you
head
do
on
that
that.
before we leave.
Yeah.
In that case, I will have Sebastian meet you at the gate. There's only one gate that leads to the main road, which I assume you will be taking. What time should he meet you?
I'd say noon, so it gives us
Yeah, 11
time
or noon.
to gather
That
the
sounds
things we haven't.
Yeah, because he'll just now be packing tonight if he didn't know he was going to be going on this trip. So, yeah.
It is true. No morning should start before noon.
All right then, noon it is. Sebastian, if you will help me out a bit, I will speak to the rest of you again." And Sebastian says, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon. I'll come with my belongings. Thanks for coming." And he and Simonides both enter the temple.
all right.
They enter the temple.
It's funny.
At some point, they will enter the temple.
All right. Well, we'll say they entered the temple. While they're busy making up their minds, are the rest of you going to do anything before you leave?
There it goes.
Maybe I
Probably
had-
take some fruit to go.
Yeah, grabbing a to-go plate as
To
well.
go fruit, to go plate, to go charcuterie board.
Alrighty.
It is odd. I was fully prepared to have to explain the value of going to see the world. I was very surprised that the father was somewhat insistent on that. But I suppose that makes our task easier.
Yeah.
Darcy don't want to leave him behind. And certainly, I do not see the value in him staying under the thumb of his father.
Really not.
Yeah. I think this trip will be good for him, but I'm worried that Mayon may not only rely on it being dangerous in the outside world to try and hurt Sebastian. We should be extra careful to see if he. I might be overcautious, but I'm worried that he has maybe orchestrated some more dangers for us.
For the father while we're away. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah. Politics are weird.
I mean, you
Well,
know, you can just stab a guy and be like, we're tired of you being in charge. It's fine. It's totally in the realm. You know, Ides of March and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, yes, you must always beware of them. So, how was the mystery meat?
They didn't have any mystery meat.
They did not. Did they
Just
have
the
the
regular
meat?
kind of meat, you know, just the
Regular
boring. Yeah,
Why do
the,
you want to eat a rat?
well, it's
so bad.
interesting, you know. It's like it's not. That's the thing, is you don't know that it's rat. That's the beauty of it, is you have to like.
You do know that it's a rat.
Well,
now.
no, it might be
You want to-
cat or dog or some other street animal. You
You
know,
know, you could just skip the whole mystery and just go out and eat some animal you find on the road if that's just really
well,
what
there's
you
no
want.
fun in that. That's not the
It's not a
point. Is
mystery
that
anymore.
you don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's mystery meat.
There's
it's
no adventure.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
adventurous. You know, yeah.
I don't think puking after eating spoiled.
I've never puked after eating it, so I don't know why you're
Yeah,
saying
that's
that
just
about
me.
me.
I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to do the mystery meats anymore.
Well, you are.
You
You
shouldn't
just,
be
you
doing it at
know,
all.
just-
I don't know why this is something you want to do.
I don't know why you have to judge my diet. Okay, why is it any of your business?
Yeah, that is kind of judgmental. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of judgmental.
hmm
I don't know, because maybe someone ended up puking on me because of your bad judgment.
Well, that was me. I take full responsibility for
Yeah, that's
that.
not my-
But
that's
you
not my
should
fault.
not throw out all mystery meat just because I failed to conquer the mystery meat.
I
It
am
was-
not.
it was just
You know what
his
I
thing.
think we should do? I think we should. I think it would be a fun game if we all went out individually and got, caught ourselves an animal and then cooked it and gave it to each other as mystery meat, and then we tried to
Honestly,
guess
that's a
what
good
the
idea.
animals were.
That's a great idea.
Right?
You all can
This is
go
a fun
do
game.
that. Go have fun.
I think we should all do that.
We should
just,
definitely all do
in your
that.
free time, if you see any animals around, just
Yes, go
Snatch 'em.
butcher stray animals. Go.
yeah.
We should all do that.
No,
I'm
go
definitely
by
gonna do that.
yourself.
Oh man.
I'm definitely doing
Everyone in this party should do that at least once.
Well, that is
No.
one way to punish
Does
it,
he?
I suppose.
It's saving on money too, if you think about it.
I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to eat street animal.
Then don't catch a
You
street.
gotta do it. Catch a farm animal. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a street animal.
Exactly.
All right. So once you left the temple, chatting away about mystery meat and catching weird animals, were you headed back to your rooms, or you headed somewhere else?
What time is it actually? It's
Yeah, isn't
11
it
p.m.
late?
By the time you
Yeah.
get anywhere, it'll be 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah,
It's
things will
kind
be
of
closed.
bedtime. We have a big adventure to go on tomorrow and some shopping to do, so I'll probably head back to the
Okay.
little abode.
I went ahead and moved you back just in case. So you arrive back at about 11. You make your way up to your rooms. Nobody seems to question you coming in late. Although you do notice that the attendant, who seems to basically run the place, you see him as you go through the lobby area. He kind of nods at you as you pass by, and then you wind up making your way to your rooms. And so, what do you do once you get there? Do you just go to sleep, or are you going to do anything beforehand?
I'm gonna study a little bit that book that I bought on the logic.
Okay. So
Possibly
you can go
figuring
ahead
out
and
the
give me a intelligence check, actually.
Sweet. Mm, Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah, you're studying it, and surprisingly, despite the fact that it was meant for early education, um, you seem to be struggling a bit. You haven't really made any significant headway, but you
Who
definitely
would've
tried. Anybody
Damn.
else doing anything before you go to sleep?
Darcy's just gonna, I guess. Wait, who's sharing a room with who? Alright, I think Darcy, Cyclone, and Judge are sharing a room.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
remember how
The
we
team no
were.
vomit in one room.
Yeah, Team
Yeah.
No Vomit. There we go.
Team Cool Street
Darcy
Animal
is
in the other
gonna
room.
Yes.
pull out the map that she bought. The quote unquote island map that more or less generalized.
So I'm going to go ahead. Everybody can see this already, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to everybody just so everybody's aware it's there. And if you click on the map, you'll actually get a larger version. Go ahead.
And she's basically like gonna go over with them, kind of like, first of all, hey, I got a map because that sounded like it was important, and kind of go over with them the route that we're gonna be taking, and kind of like some of the things that she learned from Mr. Know-It-All Old Man at the place of the other areas he talked about.
Now, you
Map
guys
kind of.
didn't actually write down the route, as far as I know.
I did.
Okay, so if you want to go over the route, it's in your guys' hands. So you guys probably should actually go over what details you have.
I wrote it down in my journal. Let me see if I can
That's a
find
long
Wait.
list.
it.
Well, we do know that we are going to the pieces, so I think the route out to that point is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the notes here. I got it. It's in the notes. It's terrible. It's really not good instructions, but I think we can find it.
Fine.
No, this is fine. It's perfect for our general map. We'll figure it out. We'll make corrections as we go. And it's just like, that mountain's not there.
And I do see that we have walked a significant amount of this island already. Notice where the Shrine of Deal is relative to Catanese. It's already almost halfway across the island.
Look how far we have come.
I think we fell further than we have walked on this island.
Well, made things faster. I don't think it would be in the budget to get the mounts.
Perhaps.
Given the apparent distance, I think for now we are probably okay on foot.
But Sebastian being important, there might be at least a few mounts, or possibly a wagon.
I don't know. See, that's another thing. We don't know what he's bringing with him. It could just be his knapsack that he brought when he ran off with his friends to go look at nymphs.
Well, we can audit his supplies. If we do get animals, I think it is very important that we tell the others what kind of animals they are.
Um,
Well, If you know what kind of animal it is, it cannot be mystery meat.
Yeah.
They're stupid
Oh.
enough to eat their own mounts. They deserve to walk.
Ah, but then we have to slow down for them, so.
It's you.
And if they eat our mounts instead of theirs.
Then we take their mounts.
I would just rather let them know what it is so that they are no longer mystery meat. Problem solved.
I would hope they have the intelligence not to do that, but you might be right. For precaution, if this comes up.
Hey guys, on a completely unrelated note, do you want to maybe kill the horses?
Oh,
What?
No.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Yeah. How can
We don't
we
even
kill?
have horses yet.
How can we kill the mounts? How can we eat the
Um,
things? No, I'm done.
Hmm.
Bit over.
okay. Bit over.
alright, well, just remember not to have the map out at dinner time.
The mat isn't meat. You don't have to worry about that.
I was worried more about the vomit ending up on it.
Fair.
Like after the going over the map, that's all Darcy kind of wanted to do, unless someone else wanted to talk about something.
Yeah, I think after looking at the map, Cyclonan's kind of satisfied that at least we got most of the route figured out. So, at least as far as the city, actually, well, given the way the distances work here, we may not have to carry too many supplies. If we have, say, a day, 2 days worth of supplies as an example, that should be plenty to get us to what I believe to be this Pisces watchtower there near that river. And then we should be able to resupply there and do so again at the town. So we do not necessarily have to turn ourselves into pack animals carrying supplies. Just a thought.
Let us do so.
All right. So one thing you do notice, one thing you do know is that
Roads run red with blood.
horses and other pack animals can do well on the roads and do okay in lighter forested areas. However, trying to take them into untracked jungle, dense jungle, or up mountains unless there are roads and that kind of thing isn't really going to work, or if it does, it would slow you down substantially. Just to clear out the area, make sure it's safe and they don't step on something and break their legs and all that fun stuff. Yeah, mounts are. So just keep in mind where you're going as far as whether you want to have mounts or not.
Rent a donkey, come back and say, well, he fell off the cliffside, so.
And which is it's not necessarily a problem if you know you're going into these areas and you manage to put them somewhere safe. Just that kind of thing. All right. Anything else before you guys that you want to talk about or do before you go to sleep?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm also good.
So you wake up, the next morning. So what do you do?
Time to get supplies.
All right. In that case, so you're gonna head off to the Agora then?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go buy some supplies.
Let's buy some stuff.
Cool.
Maybe some road game.
All right. Where did I put it? There it is. All right, so you show up at the Agora, and even in the morning, you can see that it's already full of people, and you can hear people hawking their wares. You can see people going and buying fish and food and clothing and pottery and various other items. So, what are you looking for?
What
Some
is
direct
the
actions.
what is the group supply at the moment? Is there like a little tab for that?
I have a bag of fruit and a couple of cheese wheels. I suppose I can count as rations in some way.
Yeah, like how roughly all together, how many days rations do we have though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like if we need to get a little bit more because we do have an extra person now. I don't know how much he's gonna take with him.
Alright, we do have a group token, and when you click on it, it brings up cargo and crew. So, cargo is just what we have conglomerately, or do we just carry it amongst ourselves?
Yeah, currently you don't have anything in there. If you have control over the token, I think you can drag your stuff over there or do a. But you don't have a wagon or anything, so you're still carrying it. So it's probably easier to just keep it on person.
Okay. Alright, well, we might do with some rations.
Sorry, say that louder.
I was gonna say we might do with some. I was just thinking out loud, rations. But what else do we need that we don't have adventuring equipment wise?
Do we have a spyglass? That'd be nice.
Oh, I don't think we do.
Spyglass it is. I'd like it.
All right. Let me see. I'm just dragging your characters onto the map.
How are we
So-
doing on food? Sorry.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Food that we're talking about, but what else might we need? I mean,
Yeah,
food, I
like
guess,
a
water,
spyglass or a
spyglass is
rope or
good.
something.
Let's bring extra first aid equipment just in case Sebastian gets a little smacked. Do we know if there's anything we need to bring with us to the Oracle? Do we need to prepare for that somehow? Like bring any like tribute or something? Or who was the one who learned about the Oracle?
The Oracle was an optional thing because she just knows stuff and can tell us things that we might not know or might not be able to know
Hmm.
on a normal way.
You might want to pick up bedrolls.
Oh, true.
All right.
I
So,
thought that-
Darcy, you said you were looking for a spyglass, right?
Yes.
You do find someone who's selling spyglasses. However, you hear that at the normal price for a spyglass seems to be 100 gold mithna.
Why is everything so expensive?
We're on an island. Everything has to be.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? 100?
Expensive.
What was it
Expensive, so we don't have a rogue in the group.
for?
Yeah.
I mean,
500 discount.
okay, who's the dexterous person?
That would be me.
You
I
know
have
what?
no moral
You know who is
complications.
actually magical and can turn themselves invisible?
That would also be me.
Like somebody needs to start.
You want me to start stealing shit? I
You
can
should
get on
start
that.
5-fingering discount for the group, my guy.
Alright.
You gotta be sneaky though. You gotta go somewhere no one can see you.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
All right. So,
Perhaps
Conglomerate,
a
what are you doing
distraction.
exactly?
Perhaps a distraction.
Well,
Yep.
let me scope this joint out first.
Hopefully
Where's
there's
this
not an air
spyglass?
tag on it.
Where's this spyglass being sold?
Yeah, so basically, it's essentially a stall. It's covered with a tarp or something like that, and you can see that there's a table, and behind the table there seems to be set up essentially some furniture where there's a display case essentially, and you can see multiple spyglasses and various other items in there, and you can see that's closed and locked.
I don't know how to lockpick.
Oh my goodness.
And you also notice that there are 3 people running that place.
Oh man, I'm not a rogue. I'm a ranger. I can do this. So the spyglass is locked in a box, right?
Unless the box is broken, which, maybe something
I
fell
was-
on it. Who
I
knows?
was gonna say I do have warriors lockpicking, so I might just take the box.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
take the whole
more like a. You ever seen those standing display cases? They're
Oh
essentially
yeah.
like a big piece of furniture that you take multiple people to move, and then there's 2 doors that are closed, and the doors have glass on them, so you can see the
Jesus.
stuff inside, and then the doors are locked together.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, no. So what we do, or what you
Uh-huh.
do rather,
Uh-huh.
you need to get the key from the guy,
Yep.
steal it from him.
Uh-huh.
We distract the guys so they don't notice, and while they're being distracted, you use the key that you've stolen to steal the spyglass and anything else that looks like we could use.
Got it.
Team effort, guys. Let's do this.
So all right, let me look at this. Oh, that
Well,
wording
can you
is
turn yourself
so
invisible, or do I
annoying.
need to turn you invisible?
You might need to turn me invisible because the way my quote unquote invisibility works is it's just for hiding. It's like I'm like a chameleon. Like I just take the
No, I'm going to turn you invisible. All right. Group huddle. Group huddle. Gotta make a plan.
Okay. So if you make me invisible,
I can turn you invisible, and I can then you can't attack or anything while invisible, otherwise you'll go away.
So that's the thing, is I can't be the one to break the glass.
Well, that's fine. Someone else can break the glass. Someone can distract. Maybe Judge can break the glass on accident.
Is breaking the glass an attack, or I figure you could?
I mean,
I feel you can knock
breaking the
something
glass
over.
would basically be an attack.
unless I manage to find a way to break the glass without it being an attack, but I kind of doubt that would be possible.
I feel like you'd have to set something up to fall on it to break it.
Yeah, and that would still be kind of, that could be
Alright,
argued that that's still
you
an attack.
focus on being sneaky. Someone else has to focus on breaking the glass or just being a distraction.
You guys notice that Cyclonin isn't around. He seems to have lost himself in another area of the Agora.
Cats do wander.
Anyway, you guys can continue. Let me know when you're ready.
All right.
Okay.
All right, this group huddle thing, whatever it is, we're not doing it in the store, right?
Yeah, no, hell
No, this is like out of character group huddle.
I'm assuming that you guys have kind of gone off. These areas here are kind of large covered areas where people do hang out in there and everything, but it's mainly just to be covered from the sun. And so you guys are probably in there, and then probably in a corner somewhere, out of
Yeah,
sight.
we're in the shady spot.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is in on this plan besides me, you?
I'm sure we've got pretty much everyone. What would this mean for me?
I'm sure I'd have very little difficulty just being a lookout, but Judge doesn't necessarily want to be part of the actual heist. It's a little bit against his nature. But he's
Alright.
still there for his friends.
Okay, plan. Turn you invisible. I'm gonna give you inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna steal
Mm-hmm.
the key to open the box. Clarification: which direction does the box open?
It's basically think of it like a cabinet, but with glass you can see inside, and it opens outward.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you might not have heard that. Yeah, so it's a standing object. Think of it like a cabinet or something like that, with two doors, glass on the doors, so that the outside of the door is wood, the inside is glass, and then it has handles. The handles are locked together, and so you can look through the glass and see the stuff inside. So the doors open outward.
That's not awesome, but I bet I could open it, grab the thing, close it real fast, and book it out of there.
Yeah, I mean they'll see the thing opening on its own if nothing else, and then the thingy gone. I think as soon as you touch it. Are you other two gonna help with the heist?
I don't know how I can help, but if I
I
can,
need,
Distraction.
I need you to
I can
distract the guy.
distract.
I need you
Yeah,
to
like
distract
just
the
literally
guy.
distract the shopkeepers.
You remember when you remember it seems like lifetimes ago, but I remember hearing tales of a distraction in which somebody was thrown through the window of a building.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely
Let's
happened
not do
before.
that because we don't need to be arrested if
we
we're going
could
to
do that, though.
More of like just talk to them, just distract through conversation.
Yeah, I can do that too. Do you want to help me do that, Tavros?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's start a conversation with the mans. Are we ready? Are we doing this
No,
right now?
not yet, not yet. I need to be
Not yet.
invisible and in place. And I can communicate telepathically, so I'll just tell you telepathically when it's time to go.
Okay.
All
Because you
right,
won't be able to see me get in place.
Judge, make sure no one's watching us because I'm about to do magic.
Okay, I can try and do body block, keeping an eye around,
Yeah.
giving her a little bit of cover.
You don't notice anybody obviously around, but you can give me a perception check if you want to be extra careful.
Also,
Oh man.
Oh my
Holy
God.
man.
yeah, it's fine. All you did was glance behind you. Oh no.
This is gonna go great, guys.
Look, hey,
There's
one
no
of us
way
is
this could
invisible, so and I
No,
think you're
single
invisible
way is
for a
gonna
whole
work.
hour, so you can keep stealing crap for us.
I mean, I'll do my best if we manage to pull this off, which is a big if.
Here we go.
All right.
And now I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration. That way, no matter what you do, hopefully it's not complete poop.
Sounds good. Do we know which guy has the key? Can you describe him to me?
All right, so there are three people. One is there's a red-haired woman who is wearing basic clothing and seems to be talking to people, taking trying to sell the wares. It seems like at least so far they haven't had a lot of luck, but for some reason she seems to be hopeful. And then you have a man who keeps walking around the place. You notice that he has two short swords and a small metal shield and some sort of leather armor. And he's just kind of walking back and forth, and then he kind of go around the stall and then kind of walk back and forth, and so on. And then you have a third person, also a man, rather tall and skinny, with a long black beard, and he is sitting on a stool, basically near the table. He doesn't seem to interact with the customers. He's also not walking around. He doesn't appear to be armed. But something about him tells you that he's keeping a keen eye on things.
Okay, I have kind of an idea, guys. So if one of you goes in and asks to inspect the glass to make sure it's worthy of purchase, and then just be like, no, never mind, I don't want it. I can probably, or find another way to distract whoever opens the box. I can wait till they close it back up and then take the key from them.
I mean, if several of us go up there to ask about it, then they'll have multiple people distracting them too at
True,
the same
true.
time. So yeah,
Absolutely,
let's do
yeah.
that.
All right. Well, go ahead and take a few more minutes because I have to deal with the dog real quick, and then I will be right back.
The jumbo jet.
Okay, this is perfect. Now he's not here, so we can create things that'll be truly surprising. So, okay. So I still think we should we should go ahead and ask them to open it up first,
Yes.
and then distract afterwards so that we know for sure who has the key. The main thing is now going to be escape, because let's just assume I get the key and open the box. They're probably going to see the box open. Like, I'll do my best to hide it, but they'll probably see it. So how are we going to pass blame off of you guys, and how am I going to get away?
Well, you're technically invisible, so they don't see you regardless.
That's true.
That is
So I'll just book it out of here, meet up with you guys somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you talk through it telepathically, so you can say where you're going and where to find you.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that if all of us are there to create enough of a distraction, they'll be too distracted by 3 to 4 people talking and looking at merchandise and asking questions and stuff like that, that hopefully they won't notice. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're really quick and whenever we ask them to open it up, while it's open, you could snatch it.
I mean, I was thinking of trying that, but I feel like they'd be looking at it too harshly, but I don't know.
Well, if they have multiple ones, you can just grab one they aren't holding.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because
Because
as
once
soon
I
as you
put it in my
touch
bag, it
goes
disappears,
away.
right? So it'd just be a sleight of hand. Yeah, once
Right.
I'm in contact with it, it's gone. So if I roll my sleight of hand high enough, we could just grab it then.
Yeah. You'd have to time it, which is why I tried to give you some inspiration. It only rolled a 3, so you get 3 plus whatever you have.
Okay, so can I pick when to use that? Because I might not use it on my stealth. I might use it on the sleight of hand, because my sleight of hand is worse.
It's on skill checks and it lasts for 10 minutes, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it would go on both of them.
Got
Unless
it,
you take
cool.
longer than 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Anyone else? Judge could. Well, no. He could do guidance on you.
I'm not sure
I-
he knows how to
I've got
guide
no
me.
problems. I've got no problems guidancing him if you guys can. Give
Well, I
me a
think
bit
you
of
have to cast it
huddle.
before we're out in public. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I
it's
cast
visible in school.
invisibility and then inspiration while we were still hidden.
Yeah, we'd have to be.
All right, distraction team. What is your plan? Are you
My
distract?
plan is to continue asking for something over and over without finishing the statement at all. Be like, can I have a can I have And just keep doing that, installing forever, basically. That's my plan.
You're gonna be Patrick at the at the front of the Krusty Krab.
Gonna
Take it off. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna just be Patrick, okay?
Pretty much. I'm being Patrick. But, except, like, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna finish this statement, but I never do.
This
I'm
man
gonna
having
keep him reeled in.
I don't know about that. Lizard guy, what's your plan if Patrick
There's my
act
plan.
doesn't work?
I'm the one doing the Patrick act.
Sorry. I'm staring at your icon. So what's the other one's plan? What's your plan? We got Patrick. What's the next plan?
Yeah, Shane,
I don't
what are
know.
you doing?
I don't know. I'm kind of big. I could just like when you're trying to go for the steal, I could try to body block the case, you know, from view.
Or wait,
They're gonna be in front of it, and you're just gonna be in the viewing side. It's not really, it's really big, so you can't really block it. You're just people size. You're not a giant Minotaur right now.
okay. What if when he asks inevitably to have me wait until I figure out what I want, you come in and you're just Patrick number 2. That's also inevitably.
They
delayed.
could just kick us out at that point. I don't want to.
Yeah, they would. So we can have one Patrick, but we need someone else who can talk or ask for something.
Okay.
I can just keep
So
asking
many
for things. I can just ask for like 3 different things, you know.
What was that, Dave?
So many varieties of jerky. And all of them clearly labeled, so there is no mystery to this meat.
I'm gonna ask if they have any weapons for for killing stray animals specifically.
Oh my god.
Not
No, you're gonna get us
concerning
reported for
whatsoever.
crime.
Do not
Something
ask
small,
that.
something small and like
Do
poking.
not ask that. We don't need any guards calling you.
Like a spear, maybe.
You're like,
Yeah, is
maybe
there
I'll
a
just do-
Is there a job like a dog catcher, but only for indeterminate animals?
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
You want something kind of like a bear trap, only a lot smaller?
Right, yeah.
Crap. Oh, you could ask someone else. Do they have besides the looking glass, and get them to do that. That way, you actually sound like a customer who's interested and not just staring at the menu, going the whole time.
No, that's not. I'm not just gonna do that. I'm gonna keep adding words, but I'm never going to actually finish the statement.
It's still the same bit, though. It's still Patrick not knowing what he wants.
Alrighty, so you guys ready?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're
God,
ready
this
to
is
try
this is gonna be interesting. Place everybody.
Voices, everyone.
The show's
Alright.
about to start.
Alright, so what's happening?
I'm gonna go. So after invisibility is cast, I'm gonna go ahead and
gave
place
him
myself.
inspiration.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and place myself behind the case, but back far enough so that if somebody walks near it, I can avoid them easily. And then I'm going to, once I'm there, I'm gonna telepathically send a message to the other members of the group saying,
Okay,
I'm
well,
ready.
hold on. Before you get there, you are walking around invisible.
Yes.
And that means it is a busy place. So most people probably won't notice you, although some are more keen than others. So go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage for invisibility to see if anybody hears you.
Okay. There we go. That's
Okay.
a 22.
So you make it to the back side of the case.
All right. Cool. All right. I telepathically send the message then and say I'm ready.
All right, distraction team.
Okay. I walk up to the man's.
To the man or
Oh.
to the woman at the counter that seems to be dealing with customers?
Wait.
Probably
Because
not
there,
the
there's
woman.
there's one man who's armed who's doing laps. There's
Oh,
the,
okay.
the red-headed woman
woman.
who's behind the table talking to people, and then there's the man sitting behind the counter but isn't interacting with anybody. He's just watching.
Okay, the woman.
Okay, so
Oh wait,
you,
no.
you approach the woman, and she says, "My name is Spio, and can I interest you in our fine spyglasses? In addition to spyglasses, we also have a assortment of tools, such as glass blowers tools, leatherworking tools, and potter's tools."
Okay. Hello. Can I check out?
Yes.
Can you show me? Can I see the? Can
The-
Gotta get the
what?
case open.
Can
Please
you
get
show-
the case open.
Can you show me the?
Go ahead.
I need to see the glass, the leather. Yeah. Can
She
you
seems to be
explain
getting annoyed. Go ahead
more?
and.
Can you explain more about your spyglasses that you sell? I need to know
Oh,
more.
yes, of course I can explain about the
Oh my
spyglasses.
God.
She jumps on that immediately. Yes, the spyglasses come in different varieties. They're often used at sea. And you can extend the spyglass, and she kind of mimics the motion. And it makes it so that objects seem to be twice as close as they really are. And they're often used by sailors in order to check for hazards at sea. So, do you have an interest in purchasing a spyglass?
I have an interest in learning more about them before I can purchase them. Can you tell me more specifically about how it about its magnificate? What's the word? How does it? Can you tell me how it? How does it do what it does? Can you explain?
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
She starts looking around, and you
Wait,
notice that there are other
you
people
know
walking
more.
around, and you
Can
notice.
you show me your fanciest spyglass? I'd love to hear more about the specifics of it and what it can do compared to the other ones.
And
What's the
you-
nicest one you can show me?
And you feel this. You see this person next to you, a well-dressed man who you see he's got packs on his sides, and based on his equipment, you think he might be a ship's captain or something along those lines. And he walks up and he says, "Excuse me, ma'am. Before you go and explain
No, hold on.
the how your equipment works, I have already purchased it firsthand." And she says, "Oh yeah, I know you. And so which one do you want?" And he says, "Well, I would prefer the silver one there." He points to it. And I would like the leather case to go with it. She's like, "Certainly. I'm sorry, sir. It seems like you want to know about stuff that, honestly, I just sell the stuff. I can't explain it to
Okay.
you. So please
That's
go
okay.
visit the Katniss library. I'm sure you can find the information there, and come back when
No,
you're
it's
interested in
okay.
purchasing."
I don't need
Telepathically?
to
No,
do
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. I'll send you a message telepathically. Like I'll take it from here.
Really?
Well, if they're about to open up the case to give this man a spyglass, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
gonna have
forget to
take it from
grab
here.
a leather cover for it so it doesn't get damaged.
I'll do my best.
Just not two at once. Go for two. Two hands in the cookie jar at once.
Yeah, double dip, of course.
Anyway, she says, "Certainly." And you notice that the guy sitting at the table, Gizzard, you'd probably notice this best because of where you are. He is looking right at the display. He's looking at the woman, and as she pulls out a key, you notice his eyes track the key very carefully as she goes to unlock it. And you also notice that the guard who is doing paces, once
Oh,
he sees it
man.
being open, he stops right
Stavros.
next to the case
Stavros.
with his hands on his
What?
weapons. And in fact, he'd be pretty close to you.
No, I have a
Gilbert.
plan. I have a plan. So wait, sorry,
Man,
what's
you're
he doing?
invisible, you're
Standing near
invisible.
me?
So yeah, he's not. You're behind the case. He's to
Uh-huh.
the side, but you're within like 2 feet of him or so.
Okay. Okay. I have a crazy idea. We're
Share
gonna
it.
see how, I guess I'll share it first.
Yeah, please do.
I need a distraction so that I can take one and leave because it's being watched. It has too much heat right now. So what I'm gonna do is when they're getting him the spyglass he wants, I'm gonna plant another spyglass on this guy to make it look like he's stealing, and then I'm gonna take another case and a spyglass and dip.
Or I can punch Tavros in the face.
That's crazy. You're gonna get put away for assault.
And then he'll punch me back.
That
It'll
you
be
will
nice.
start a fight and that will get you arrested.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
need
wanna
to
get
not
arrested.
get arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think Tavros would punch you back. I mean, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person who'd lose his temper.
He just like headbutt you into the ground, probably.
I go full
Okay,
blown.
you
I just go
You
rage
expect him
mode.
to go into a rage or something?
Oh god. If I berserk in human form, does it like transform me to bull form? Or,
Yeah,
or what?
if you use your class features, especially in a way that other people would notice. I mean, if you use it in a way that's discreet, that people logically wouldn't notice, then that's fine. But if they would notice, then yeah, you would basically break out of your human form and you would turn
Yeah.
back. Because remember, it takes 10
That'd be
minutes to
pretty
get
sick,
into
though.
human form, but you can
Yeah.
transfer out basically instantly.
What can we do here?
I mean, that's my plan, but we can maybe, yeah, if you want to try a different distraction.
What if
would work.
what if Gizzard, you like
got
kind of like
spells.
slink around by the case and then like looking kind of suspicious, and I yell thief at you and start chasing you around the store.
Okay, I like that.
No, that
Wouldn't that
No,
just
wait, no,
get
it's a
him
great idea.
caught
would just
again?
get you guys arrested again.
No,
Yeah.
what
Well, it
if-
won't get me
I don't have
arrested,
anything.
and he just has to run off before the guards get called.
I have
I
an
also
idea.
don't
I have
have
an
anything
idea.
on me.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Alright, I have Mage Hand, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I don't know, knock something over, hit someone from behind, or whatever. Just
that
get
would be
attention
interesting.
away from the box through Mage Hand. That way I'm not directly seen doing the thing. And they look.
Yeah. Just mage hand
sounds good.
something off the counter.
You get them to look away while he grabs something.
Yeah, knock something off with Mage Hand. Magical Maging Hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's just a cantrip.
True.
All right. So, the woman then turns around, pulls out the key, and starts unlocking the lock. It clicks open. She pulls away the lock and opens the doors.
Is there something I can knock over with Mage Hand?
There would definitely be objects on the counter. There would be boxes. There's the box. Yeah, there's a box with like sample things and a box for tips and stuff like that.
I'm
Is that
tipping.
what-
I'm knocking over the tip jar.
Either
yeah,
the
something
tip
that'll
jar,
serve
or could you break the dude who's sitting down? Could you break one of the legs of his chair?
I don't know if Mage Hand's strong
I don't
enough
know
for
if
that, but I
can
could do
because
that.
Mage Hand has limitations.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
do
weaker
that.
than a person is. So
No, I know you can't move the person. That
No,
much
I
is
don't think
true,
it's
but-
strong enough to break it.
no, I mean,
break
just like
a
you
wood-
couldn't go through and just snap a chair leg. Mage Hand is weaker than you are.
got it. Okay.
Like I could come in and like kick it,
Yeah,
but
but
that'd
yeah,
be pretty obvious.
Yeah, no, I get you. All right, yeah, knock over the tip jar or something.
I mean, it's money on the ground, man. They're gonna notice the tip jar gone.
Oh, definitely.
I want to stealthily knocked over the chip jar with Mage Hand.
Now, the question I have is Mage Hand actually visible?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Okay.
It's literally a
So
floating
you,
hand.
Yeah,
the
ethereal
Mage
floating
Hand
hand.
appears in front of the table. Where are you, Darcy?
I am 30 feet away from that.
Okay, so you're kind of hiding 30 feet away, casting your Mage Hand. Does the Mage Hand have semantic and verbal components?
Floating hand appears at the point you choose within range. The hand lasts for a duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes as if it was never more, as ever more than 30 feet away from you if you cast the spell again. You can use your action to control the hand. You can use the action to manipulate an object, open, unlock door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial.
Right, I got that. What I meant was, does the casting have
It is.
the-
It has
it's
verbal and semantic
semantic.
components.
Yeah.
Yep.
it
Okay,
does,
So
yeah.
so you go to
30
cast the
away.
spell, and you start chanting and moving your hands around. Yeah, it doesn't take long. Go ahead and give me a stealth check to see if you're sufficiently kind of out of view that nobody notices you casting a spell.
I can just be the crazy lady. It's fine. Sleight of hand or stealth? What do we want to do?
It's also with the voice, so I think a stealth check is probably be what you need to do.
Fair. Yep.
All right, so you're out of view, and you made the DC that I had set just barely. It was a 15, so you cast your spell, and they see the Mage Hand appear over the counter, and the woman was just reaching in to grab the items. The man who was behind the counter, watching everything, he calmly says, "Stop." And the guard who was standing there guarding notices the hand and yells, What is that?" And he starts panicking. So what do you do?
Wow.
So the woman
Okay, well-
is stopping her motions. The man is watching everything is still calm, and the guard is losing his crap.
Okay, is the case open?
It's still open, but you can tell
Go,
she's about to close
go.
it.
Go, go, go.
Okay, as sneakily as I can, I'm gonna grab. No, you don't get your fancy leather case. I'm just gonna grab one of the least noticeable spyglasses and just start to book it. Let's
Okay.
start with the stealing part though.
All right, so go ahead and that would probably be a well, you're not sleight of hand 'cause you're just there. So just go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay, good.
Can you
Thank
grab
you.
it without them noticing you're trying to do it and in time?
And I get advantage because of invisibility?
Normally you would, but the woman is trying to close the gate. The starting to close the thing now, and the guy is still watching for any movement. So I would say in this case probably not. You'd probably
Can I move the
being
hand in her face to make
No,
her
no,
scare her
it's
away?
basically
fine. I'll
being
just...
invisible
yeah.
is what's keeping you from getting disadvantage.
Okay, deal. Okay, here we go. Everything rides on this, guys.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I
bend your
gave
luck
you-
to add 1d4.
Oh,
Yeah, I gave you a thing.
1d4, and I have 3 from the
Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration. So let's roll. Let's just roll.
We
Here
got
we
this.
go. Uh-oh.
It's
Okay,
okay. It's okay. It adds up.
plus-
So
that-
that's a
It's still adding.
16.
16 plus 3, so
19?
it's a 19.
Okay, so yeah, you grab it and you pull it out just as the woman slams the thing shut, but before you can pocket the thing, she notices, that it's kind of floating there. So she goes
No,
to
no, no. It doesn't float. Once I
It
touch
doesn't
it
float.
with stealth, it
Once you touch it, it
disappears.
goes away.
Yeah.
If it's
Oh,
on
you're
your
not
person,
you're not invisible anymore, right?
No, I'm invisible.
he's
Oh, it
invisible.
goes invisible. You're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it comes out and vanishes. The woman screams then. As she slams the thing shut and locks it. She seems to be well trained, and the man who was watching everything stands up. You can see his mouth kind of open wide.
Nope. I'm booking.
And you see him reach behind the counter to pull out what looks like a large bar, and he just kind of swings it at the air in that general area. So what do you do?
I am gonna book it, and actually, I'm gonna book it outside. And what I'm gonna do, being an ant.
Well, hold on. Before you go to book it, I'm gonna have you give me a
Dex
dex
check.
save with advantage.
Saving throw with advantage.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he doesn't hit where you are, but he was surprisingly close. He struck the area that you must have been in, and despite his jaw being open, he's surprisingly calm. All right, you book it. So where are you going?
So I'm gonna run outside. How close together are the buildings here?
This
Are
is
there
pretty
buildings?
dense. This area is pretty dense. It's a bunch of stalls and you mean these buildings?
Like
Yeah,
the buildings
they vary.
near
From 5 feet apart to dozens of feet apart. So it depends on where you go. So what are you trying to do?
I am going to climb up to the roofs and run along the rooftops.
Okay, go ahead and give me a climbing check.
And I actually have a feature that might help me here. I have a climb speed equal to my running speed because of one of my ranger.
Yeah, so then you just climb up and you start running along. Where are you trying to go?
I'm gonna send a telepathic message, and I'm gonna just say, fuck, where do I want to meet them? I'm gonna essentially give them directions. Should I go back home, or should I just like hide out somewhere in the city?
I mean, you're invisible. No one knows you did it.
No, people know I did it. We need to leave.
They don't know what you look like. You're invisible.
True.
You don't have to hide, buddy.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna
You can
leave.
literally just go back where we can meet somewhere and put our stuff away.
Yeah,
and then move on.
I'm gonna run over to kind of where Darcy is, over here to these.
As soon as the thing went down, my magical floating hand definitely disappeared.
All right, so you notice that the guard, the person who was guarding goes and you see he finds some real guards, and you see him kind of talking with them at the moment. So what are you and everybody else going to do?
Me? Oh, well, I'm 30 feet away, so that was some weirdness. Let's go over to a new shop.
Yeah, just go to a different stall.
All right.
Nothing to do with me. None of my concern.
In the meantime, Cyclonin, what were you doing?
Well, I was gonna go ahead and look for rations and guess maybe look for some sort of water skin or something like that.
Okay, yeah, you find a place where they seem to be selling traveler supplies. So they're willing to offer rations for half Mithna for 1 day. Let's see, water skins are 2 small Mithna.
Okay. How much does the water skin hold?
I'm not sure, but we'll say it holds enough for 1 day of water.
In that case, I'm gonna pay 4 small Mithna to get a pair of them.
All right. So, did you buy rations?
I'm gonna go ahead and buy 2 days worth, so that should be
All right. So I added 1 ration to your character, and I added 1 water skin to your character. You can adjust the number of them you have.
all right. Let's see. So oh crap. Okay, so let's see. So 1 Mithna for the 2 days. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to. Okay, so 90. So I gotta make change with a Mithna. So that would bring me up to 13. So 9 small Mithna. Okay, I have paid for the stuff.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you calmly buy your stuff. Are you buying your bedroll, or is that not happening?
I bought that before I went on the trip to the Panthers.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were talking about buying another one. Okay.
Well, I'll let everybody else get their own stuff. That's why I brought it up, was that I had one and figured, oh, maybe other people want to look into that. But just in case, I mean, Gizzard might want his Hello Kitty bedroll or something like that, and Tavros seems like a My Little Pony guy.
All right. So Tavros and Gizzard, I'm assuming that once the shop guard started talking to the actual city guards, that you guys moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
Oh, has Khan contacted us of where he's going?
Khan, have you done so?
Yeah, I think as I was running along the roof, I sent them a little telepathic message.
Okay.
All right.
I guess we could head there, meet up with him, get the spyglass, and
All right.
then
Cool.
move on from there because he's gonna be invisible for an hour.
All right. So Conglomerate, the spyglass is currently in your sheet, but you can do the request trade thing if you want to give it to somebody else.
Got you. Should I hold on to it for now? Since it's not on any of you guys, if you guys get searched, then it's not gonna be concerning.
Yeah. But if we are gonna try to get more goodies for free, we need to.
We need to be careful with this routine. We should
Yeah.
maybe just leave it for now. But
What
'cause
else
if
do we
we-
need? Like for.
if we keep stealing like this, then the guards are gonna catch on, and it'll be like a.
Well,
full
yeah,
report,
but
like
it's
it
more of
happened
like,
twice.
what's the most expensive stuff that we definitely need and can't afford at the moment? Like, obviously, the spyglass was ridiculous, so we needed to have stolen that.
I don't know if there's really anything else we need. Let me think.
We need rope for.
We already have rope. We got
Do
food.
we have
We
rope?
got water. Yeah, I have rope.
All right, well, we need bedrolls then if we don't have those. Like, y'all
Yes,
just gonna sleep on the
bedrolls.
floor.
Bedrolls sound good. If one of you could pick me one, that would be cool. But those shouldn't be expensive.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah, backpack.
Maybe I'll go here and see if the Tabaxi delegation from Ladderwin is there.
You are
Oh
disappointed.
no.
Anyway, yeah, if you guys are looking for bedrolls, you do find a place that seems to sell traveling goods, so bedrolls, rations, water skins, that kind of thing. And you feel like you just missed somebody, though. Anyway, once you arrive, yeah, the bedrolls are 1 Mithna. So that's what you're looking for, right? Yeah, the bedrolls are 1 Mithna.
Do they have like extra cushiony princess versions?
They do for 2 Mithna.
Yes, that one.
All right, you get the extra cushiony bedroll.
Yeah, of course.
Let me
Nothing less.
Go ahead.
Judge will pick up a standard bedroll.
Me
Yeah, y'all
too.
can all get cricks in your neck.
All right, so this would be for Judge. This is for Darcy. You can change the name to be fancy. I haven't done that yet.
I'm also
was
buying a
gonna-
standard one.
All right, so that is
Right.
1 Mithna.
Can somebody buy one for me?
Oh, I'll buy
please?
one for Kong also.
That's true.
Okay, I'm gonna assume you're gonna give it to him, so I'll just drag it over directly to Kong.
Yeah,
Thank you.
got you that since you got me my thingy. What else do we need?
Did everybody get the bedroll that purchased one?
I'm trying to figure out how to.
So you go to your inventory, and you should scroll down to the bottom. You should see the bedroll.
I see it, but how do I loot it? How do I take it?
No, it's already on your sheet.
Oh, it's under the loot. It's under the
I
loot
dragged them
category.
onto
I
your
see.
sheets for you. So you just look on your inventory and make sure you see it. That's all.
No, I see. Yeah, it's just under the header of loot, so I was confused.
Oh, okay.
Can I buy one too?
Gizzard? Yeah, so that would be 1 Mithna.
Okie dokie.
We got rope, we got beds, we got water skins, we got a spyglass, we got a map.
I also have 20 rations. I don't know where I don't remember where I got that from, but I have that.
Are you just holding the group's rations?
I think I was
think
from
so.
previously.
Well, if you want to keep holding them, or if you want to divide them up, or if we think we need more. I mean, I'm thinking, well, we only need what, like 3 or 4 days worth of rations.
I don't know either if this is like it just says rations. I don't know if this is like a day's worth.
Yeah,
or...
if it's each ration is lasts 1 person 1 day. You
okay.
can think of it as 2 different meals that you eat throughout the day.
Gotcha. Well, I can dole these out.
Yeah, we probably need to because we need to know what we have, and if we
Yeah.
need more, we need to go ahead and get more. So we do have an extra mouth to feed.
I have 20 rations. So how many? There's what 5 plus with the 7 of us.
So if you click on your character, you click on your token, you can hit the request trade button and then select who you want, and then you guys can actually trade stuff, or just give stuff.
Wait, how do you do that?
So on the left side, where all the player names are, at the bottom there's a request trade. So you can click on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
Anyway, once I'm done getting my stuff, I'll wander the marketplace, seeing if I can spot the others.
Okay, yeah, if you are specifically looking for them, you'll wander back eventually to where you bought your traveling goods, and they're all there now. In fact, I should just put them all. There you go.
What are you trying to trade me?
It's gonna give you guys rations.
Oh, nice.
So yes, you do find them.
Yeah.
And you guys see Cyclonin walk to the same place you guys are.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you bought your bedrolls. Are you buying anything else here?
Is there anything that would stick out to us?
So let's see. There's sacks, shovels. There's tents, tinderbox, torch,
You know, some of the
pitons, picks, parchments, pouches,
Whoa.
quivers, rope.
My
I feel like we need a tent if we don't have a tent. I feel like we need at least 2.
We don't. I don't
My
think we
screen
need
just
a
went
tent.
black,
We can
guys.
summon that. We can summon that safety building, right?
yeah, that's true.
And or we could just
Yeah,
camp
but it-
inside the carrot or whatever it is, the cart.
You guys don't have a cart.
It's a magic thing.
Oh.
It's a
Oh,
It's
magic
just
yeah.
a
thing.
token. You guys don't actually
The-
have a cart.
Oh,
And
okay,
as far
okay.
as the magic spell, it does it make it comfortable inside, Judge?
I think it does make it
Yes.
dry, but
It makes it dry and comfortably warm.
Does it affect temperature as well?
Yeah, it said comfortably warm.
Okay.
Yep, just a second. I will pull it up for you.
But we could always have tents too, because how much are we gonna try and hide our
Exactly.
our
Also,
god form from
um,
Sebastian?
that's like a 3rd level spell.
Oh, true.
And we
Okay,
might
yeah,
not
yeah.
have that. So
No, fair.
again, tents,
Get some
please.
tents. Yeah, let's get some tents.
So tents, or a 2-person tent is 2 Mithna.
Is there a bigger?
What about like a massive?
Like a,
Yeah,
like
can we
a
have like a
10-person
party tent?
Yeah.
You can have a 4-person tent for 5 Mithna, but it doesn't seem to get any larger than that.
They don't have like one
Alright,
of those
well.
like Ren Fair like massive stupid huge tents. That
Well,
we
that's
could
not gonna be
get?
very good.
That's fair.
It's more just covering from the sun and wind than actually security. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting the big tent. I don't know.
Two,
Yeah, the
4
description in Tiny Hut is the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
but it's a higher.
Kelly.
It's still a spell. It's like 3rd level.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
also
that's
Jeremy,
the
ritual.
problem.
my game is
Yeah,
like
I
kind of broken.
can
I
cast
see a
it down
black
with those lines.
screen now.
Oh,
know what
hold on.
happened.
Let me fix this.
Oh, that's why we couldn't trade.
Yeah, I was like,
We're in the middle of trading me my rations, and it's just not happening.
yeah, I think it got canceled because I refreshed. Here, take a new trade.
All right, so we're gonna go to new items. Where
There
are
we
they?
go. Stop.
New items.
Oh shit, I chose the wrong. Hold on.
Wait, why am I trading with the group?
Cancel,
Okay.
cancel.
Come on, drag
um,
over, open. There.
I can't select my token, so I can't. hold on,
We'll
let's
just
see.
worry about it later.
There we go. There you go. Send trade.
All right, so Darcy, you got a 4-person tent.
I
tent, right?
did.
All right. there you
Hooray. How much was it?
go. 4 Mithna.
All right.
I said
That's fair.
5, but I meant 4.
I sent you a new trade request.
Oh, okay.
My screen is still. I don't have anything on my screen. My map is just dark. Is just black.
That's
Am I the
it.
only
Try
one?
refreshing, because
I
we
did
should
already,
still be
it
on the same
didn't-
map.
Nah, I
Are
already.
you gonna
refreshed
get a
it,
big
didn't-
tent, or at least a 2-person tent?
Yeah, I opened the thing again. I relogged in. It didn't change it.
Okay, maybe I'll make sure you're on the map. Pull to scene. All right, Shane, do you see the map now?
No. Joel, you have to hit confirm.
Oh, I only get 2? Stingy.
Well, it's how many I have. Okay, I have
You
20,
got
and
20.
then right. But if I give everybody 3, then I'll only have like I won't have any left.
Yeah, no, it's fine. 2 is fine. I can
Well-
always hunt for my own stuff. Will you accept, bro?
It's loading. I just had something flash up on my screen, and then it flashed back to black.
Oh, weird. So it is specifically this map that you can't see.
I
Well,
guess.
I don't see his token on the map, so.
Oh, is he in the wrong spot?
I might have pressed delete key by accident while I had my token selected. It's extremely possible.
Oh, okay.
I'd say it's probable. It's probably likely that I did accidentally press my like hit my keyboard right when it happened. I just didn't know what keys I hit, so that's probably exactly what happened.
All right. What about now?
Yeah, I can see just fine now. Thank you.
You
I
fool.
may have deleted my token by accident.
You divided by 0.
Oopsie.
Fair enough.
Happens.
All right. So you guys got some tents. Is there anything else you wanted to buy, or
Accept the
Ow.
trade.
It's loading, man. I can't.
Oh. So
I'm
we
gonna
have tents,
I'm
we
gonna
have
redo
food,
the-
we have water.
We have rope. We have
David
mats, we
doesn't
have
want
spyglass.
my.
Do you guys want to get some? I mean, I'm sure
Oh,
we
I'd
could
like
do
to
it
know what
first.
kind of meat I have.
to?
Yeah, do we have any well, I'm sure I could hunt just fine, but do we want to get like small game traps or like
Oh,
some
cancel.
stuff that we can set up to get food reliably as well?
We could look. I don't. Would they have traps?
There's hunting traps. So
I'm sure we
yeah,
could get
in
some,
fact,
yeah.
in the same area you're in, because it's for traveling. So hunting traps are 5 Mithna.
I would
These are
normally say that I
camouflages.
could. Yeah. Let's get the traps, because I would normally say I could just forage for like berries and stuff, but I don't know what's poisonous out here, so we just
Wait, did-
kind of.
Oh, I'll
Didn't
be
you
hunting
start
for
with-
sure. Like I said,
Did you
guys,
start with a trap?
Me?
Yeah.
Where's this?
Oh no, that's right. Because you're a god. That's why you didn't have one.
All right, so you're gonna spend 5 Mithna on a hunting trap.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, I just added it to your inventory.
Okay.
Yeah, Gliptwang as a ranger started with a
Oh,
bear
he
trap.
started with it because he's a ranger. Yeah,
But-
no, I don't.
Yeah, but you're not. Wouldn't be signature gear for it. Well, I don't know. You could attack stuff with it. Could it be a signature bear trap?
It could be.
No,
it
he
could
already
be
has a weapon.
My aligned weapon is a bear trap.
Too late for that. You already have a weapon. But anyway,
Yeah,
you got
no.
your bear trap. I mean, your hunting trap.
Even if I could, I would. I would never make my weapon a bear trap.
Anything else that comes to mind for anybody? You know what? Do we have? Are there playing cards? We need entertainment. We're gonna be
Oh,
stuck on
yeah,
the road
yeah.
forever.
I also want to get some like simple like throwing spears for hunting or something like that. So I
Okay.
wanna,
Like
I
a-
gotta hunt some
Yeah,
forest
like
animals.
for fishing and stuff like that.
You know, just killing wild animals. You know, random. You know, whatever, what have you. Any animal you might happen to see on this trip. It's not exclusive.
All right.
You know
So, as far as hold on. So, as far as the playing card set, that would be half a Mithna. So, is that something you want, Darcy?
I do, and I also want a fishing pole.
Who needs
Is
flavor?
that half a Mithna or a half Mithna?
It's a half Mithna.
I think there's.
No, I'm just being an
Wait.
asshole.
We can just sing 99 bottles of meat on the wall.
No, because you will drink all of them as we go.
Anyway, the fishing gear is 1 Mithna.
Yeah.
No, not
Probably
fishing gear. I want like
No, you're.
No, that's for me. You can
Oh,
get
my
your
bad,
hunting
sorry.
spear on your own.
And you wanted a spear, yes.
multiple spears.
So,
I'm gonna throw them and lose them. It's gonna happen.
All right, so each spear is 1 Mithna. So, I'm gonna go ahead
God,
and add one. Now, how many did you actually want?
I get 3.
All right, so that would be 3 Mithna. I'll go ahead and just change the number for you.
Sweet.
Um,
Spurs.
there you go.
Cool. Thank you.
And it should be on your sheet, so you should be able to do your normal attacks and stuff with it.
Sweet.
Oh.
Judge would like to look for a utility knife and just some cured sausage.
Okay, well, there isn't a whole lot of utility things, but you can find a basic knife, and it will cost you it'll cost you 5 Mithna.
5 full Mithna?
Is there a weapons shop by chance?
I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds like a big combat dagger. Just a little.
Okay, yeah, they definitely have weapons and so forth. You can get a dagger for 2 Mithna.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Okay, yeah, because I was just talking about like a little camping utility type knife, not a.
Okay, yeah.
major
So
attack.
just mark off 2 Mithna, and there you go.
2.
All right.
We'll never see those Mithna again.
Probably not.
Can I have a dagger? Can I buy a dagger?
Sure. That would be 2 Mithna for you as well.
Okay.
How much is goatling meat?
Yeah, if you're gonna go and you're going to buy enough for basically to feed you for 1 day, it would be 1 Mithna.
For goatling meat?
Oh, I thought you said goat meat. Sorry.
No.
No, you don't find goatling meat.
Davros will be so disappointed.
We'll just hunt some. We'll hunt some by ourselves.
It is not the first time that has happened.
Yeah.
Question.
Yep.
How much is a small crossbow?
Crossbow. A light crossbow is 25 mithna.
Whoa.
Does that come with bolts, or is that just you just get the weapon itself?
Yeah, you get the weapon itself. Crossbow bolts are 1 mithna for 20.
Wow, that's not bad.
Oh my gosh. Cat, stop. Mm.
So, are you gonna get the crossbow?
I am. And
Okay.
I would like some bolts, please.
Alright, so there's your crossbow.
Other pantheons won't kill themselves after all.
How much was it? 20, 25?
25 for the crossbow and 1 for the bolts.
Okay.
However, the bolts come across as 1. It should be 20. So let me fix that. Where are the bolts? There they are. 20. There you go.
Hooray!
So that was a total 26.
Alrighty.
And it's on your
Ah,
sheet, so
now
you should be
for-
able to just click on it and use it during combat or whatever.
Yes.
Alrighty, so you guys probably spent about an hour shopping or so. Is there anything else you wanted to get?
Hmm.
More stable
No.
Discord connection.
Yeah. Stable internet.
If
So
I
was
could
that
offer you that, I would.
what was that last bit? I kind of fell out.
Oh, I was trying to see if any of the shopkeepers had a more stable Discord connection for Judge.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay.
Is there anything interesting that we haven't spoken of that might catch your eye in the shops of any shop?
Let's see.
Oh, I did ask for. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, say that again.
I did ask if there was like a cured sausages, but I don't know if that just counted as rations.
Can anybody else tell me what he asked for? I'm having trouble
He
making.
was asking for cured sausages, but he wasn't sure if they count as rations.
Oh, sausages. Yeah, you can get sausages that it's basically cost you a full mithna instead of half, but it would you could buy enough to feed you for a day.
Okay.
So what I will do then is I will find rations here. I will move this over here.
Now is it mystery sausage?
Sausage.
I was gonna say I also have a bag of fruit and then half a cheese wheel, but for whatever reason that's in my loot and not in my consumables.
I also have a bag of fruit. I think that's whenever we went and got all the stuff we found in the
That's old fruit, man. That's like weeks
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
If we haven't already eaten, if we
Yeah,
haven't
that's
already
like
eaten it,
probably
perhaps
already
we
eaten,
should-
man.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna say we've already eaten that then.
Yeah.
No, I think so.
All right. I'm gonna go
Otherwise,
ahead and
it's
get-
really moldy, and you probably don't want to hold
Yeah.
on to it.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. We've only been on this world for what, a week, 7 days, 8 days?
Ew.
Well, it's at least that old. This is like day one.
Yeah, the
don't know.
amusing tidbit, you guys spent about as many days in the world as there has been sessions.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's
In
impressive.
that case, I will go ahead and delete that as fruit that we've eaten.
Alrighty, so you got your rations, you got your sausage, you got some spheres, and various other knickknacks. So is there anything else you wanted to get? Or
No.
anything else you wanted to do before noon? It is now about 9, so you have 3 hours.
We need Sebastian safety items. Some
yeah.
SSI.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
let's get him a weapon. Let's get him.
Well, that's what I was getting the dagger for, and I don't
Maybe-
know how good he is with the crossbow, so that might be for me,
Sure.
that might be for him.
I would be willing to pitch Mithna for getting him. Well, first of all, can we just say that we bought him a tent in case he didn't bring one? Because I totally am prepared for this rich guy to not have a tent.
Well, I bought a 4-person
okay,
one because
okay.
we're not always going to be able to use our magic. Because it's expensive magic to use, first off. It's a 3rd level spell. And secondly, we might be somewhere where we can't use magic because there's people.
Sure. I'd be willing to pitch some Mithna though if we want to get him some basic armor.
How much is it? We need to
Yeah,
figure
how-
that out first.
He
What
is
about-
the son of a. He is the son of a senator. What
Yeah.
So maybe
equipment
he
will
has
he be
some.
coming with?
He never told us. He just said he'd bring his belongings, which
Exactly.
terrifies
We
me.
found him. He just had his normal knapsack of crap. He didn't have any real armor, which is probably why him and his friends died so quick.
Yeah. What's another? Can we get? Okay. I have an idea. First of all, Jeremy, if we could check on the prices of armor, that would be awesome. And then also, how much? How much for a whistle?
Oh my god.
All right.
Help me, whistle.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Sebastian
Oh.
emergency whistle.
So first we'll
It's
start
an
with the armor.
emergency whistle.
The light armor, padded armor is 5 Mithna. Leather
Mhm.
armor is 10 Mithna. Studded armor is 45 Mithna. And you kind of doubt he really has
Yeah,
the stamina to
he's
wear
not
medium
gonna-
armor.
I'll get him leather armor. You said that was 10?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get him. Well, you don't even have to put it on my sheet because I'll give it right to him. But I'll spend 10 Mithna for some leather armor for him.
Well, what I will do then is I will
And
bring
what
up
will
Sebastian's
shows up?
supply sheet.
bring up. Come on, there you go, and bring up his sheet.
What will you do, however, when he shows up in his own very fancy regal studded leather armor?
Then I'll just like have the
Probably
leather armor
wait.
to sell somewhere else or give it to something like it'll be fine. But
We
somehow,
could wait to see what he has.
I don't. Once we meet up with him, we should just head out. I'm not too worried about
I don't
having
know,
an
I
extra
think-
set of armor around.
Well,
Or we
an
could
extra
send
studded
a
armor is
message
more
or
regular.
ask someone if they could, be like, hey, what you bringing, bruh?
I feel
Oh,
like we saw
we
him
can
and
do
his
that.
friends, and they didn't have studded leather, so I feel like it's a good assumption to
Well-
make that he doesn't have armor.
Darcy, do you happen to have a spare scroll parchment?
Do I happen to have what?
A piece of paper to write the scroll to your friend Sebastian.
Here.
I figured it'd be in your handwriting.
While that's going on, I'm going to go down to Theophane's office at the Port Authority.
Okay. You go and you find the person in the lobby. She's like, "Can I help you?"
I wish to find out about these, whether or not somebody has checked in here recently. Where did it go? Hold on, I gotta go back to the right note here. I am. Okay, is it this one? I am looking to see if someone named Agaria has registered here. He is supposed to be one of the survivors of the shipwreck.
Oh yes, several of the survivors made it. They finally made it here. They are staying at the tenements, or at least that's where they live. I believe that some of them already have jobs, although I don't know exactly where.
Excellent. I had promised to do a favor for one of them and realized that before I leave town, I had better go ahead and fulfill my promise.
All right, yeah. If you go to the colony tenements and ask there, they should be able to tell you where he is. or at least
Okay.
where he's staying.
I will do so. Thank you. I tip my hat to you.
And she nods.
All right, I'm gonna go get the tenements.
All right, you show up at the tenements, and you see the same person there in the lobby area, and he looks up as you approach.
Could you point me to Agaria's quarters? I have a delivery for him.
He looks up. Yes, and he gives you basically gives you directions on how to get there.
Thank you. I tip my hat to you.
Okay, I go ahead and go to Agaria's room and knock on the door.
You hear an answer on the other side. Yes.
It is some friends you met the other day under a tree.
He opens the door. Oh, you finally made it.
We've actually been in town for a few days, and then we are about to. We've attained employment with the Halicus of Methina, and we're about to head out on a mission, and then I realized that I had made a promise to you.
It's he kind of shakes his head. It's been so busy. I remember you guys, although I don't remember the promise.
Well, you had a friend named Thestor who had gifted you a ring, and you had asked for that ring to be returned.
Oh yes. I wasn't expecting that to ever happen. But thanks for reminding me.
Well, the reason I'm reminding you is because I have found that ring. Go ahead and pull it out of my pocket or backpack or whatever and hand it to him.
He takes it. He's like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting this to." All right. Well, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I don't have much. He kind of goes under his bed, and you hear him moving a box around, and you hear some clinking. And he says, "Here you go. It's not much. It's 5 gold mithna. It's I've contacted my family, and that was already here, and I'm okay with money. So take it as your reward." So he hands you 5 gold mithna.
Gold myth?
Thank you very much.
Oh, where are you getting all this money?
Right. Don't question it. Free money.
All right, fair enough.
Well, while we are going to be going on a mission here today, we will likely be back in town within a week or so. It might be nice to, meet once we have returned and see how you are adapting to life here on the colony.
Yeah, of course. My family's actually in the city. I've been staying here temporarily as accommodations are dealt with, but by the time you come back, I'll probably be staying with them. But I'll leave a note here so that you can pick it up and know where to find me.
Well, we are staying here right now as well, so feel free to have the note delivered to our quarters, and I go ahead and give them the information for that.
Okay. Yeah, my family would love to meet you. After all, we were in kind of a dire spot, and you and your friends helped us out a lot.
It is always nice to help a fellow traveler.
Where are you going?
The Halicus of Methina has us investigating some ruins. We have to go out past the city of Zapesis for that. Not sure what we are getting ourselves into, but I'm sure there will be plenty of trouble involved.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I hope you guys make it. Okay. It sounds like a long journey, but I don't know exactly where it is, so I could be wrong. I'm new here.
I don't know. It looks like about 4 or 5 days travel, if I had to guess. So we shall see. In the meantime, stay safe, my friend. And I will see you when we return to town.
Thank you.
All right, and I go ahead and head back to join the others.
Okay. As you head back, what are the others doing? So what are the rest of you doing, if anything?
Well, I was just saying. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I couldn't find. I bought the. I definitely still bought the armor.
Yeah, I put
But,
that on Sebastian's sheet, so I didn't have to worry about it later.
Great. Could I also get him a whistle?
I had a solution.
Oh yeah, the
before you
whistle.
spent money though.
Yeah, I'll
For-
get
sorry.
right to you after that. Just finding the whistle. All right, so the whistle is 5 small. I think it's the bronze. Hold on. Yeah, it's 5 bronze Mithna.
Okay. How does bronze Mithna convert to small again? Is it 10
It's
for small?
10 to 1. So
10 to
10
1?
bronze to 1 small.
So I'll just pay with 1 small and get 5 bronzes.
Okay. So
Some left
here
over.
we go. We have our signal whistle here, which I'll add to your sheet.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Judge, what were you saying?
Darcy's going to quickly write a note, and I'm going to have Gavel, my owls, take it to tell him to take it to Sebastian and wait for a reply, and that way Sebastian can write a quick note back.
Do you remember where Sebastian lives? I don't think you've ever been there.
He told us.
Yeah, I thought we went to his house, and then
Okay. Yeah, I guess he did tell you. Okay, fair enough. All right. So you send the owl, and it waits for a message and to come back. So, what was your message again?
Darcy?
What did you write
Or,
down?
yeah. Oh, okay. Just what equipment are you bringing with you, so we know and we don't have to double up.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically what he's bringing with him and his supplies and stuff. Basically, what do we have to cover for you, and what are you covering for yourself?
All right. So he writes back. Your owl comes back, and apparently he has traveler's clothes. He has rations and water for himself. A dagger, and basically a backpack and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't even have a bedroll.
He did not list a bedroll.
Okay, so yeah, let's get him a bedroll.
If anyone's getting the My Little Pony one, he is.
So is somebody buying a bedroll, or do you guys have enough already?
Ugh.
Or I'll grab him another one. It's fine.
Okay. So you grab a bedroll. I will add it to his sheet.
Perfect. That's only 1, right? 1 Mithna?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. What else did he say? I'm sorry, I forgot the list already.
Traveler's clothes, rations, water, a dagger, and backpack and whatnot to carry everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
he definitely needed the leather armor.
Yeah. Sounds good. Honestly, I think he'll be alright.
And
think he'll be
being
alright.
gods, you do have some ability, or demigods at this point, you do have some ability to kind of get a sense of, how powerful other things are to a limited degree. So I'll just go ahead and tell you that Sebastian is a CR4 NPC, or sorry, CR1/2 NPC.
I was gonna say CR4
Yeah,
is
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, for
CR
real.
1.5 isn't terrible. Isn't he he's like the strength of
He's a
Like a
CR4
goblin?
out of 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, CR1/2. So that means he has probably between 10 and 20 hit points.
Good lord.
And he's got a proficiency bonus of +2, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Ugh. Don't let nothing look at him funny. He'll fall over.
Yeah.
He's slightly more powerful than a goblin. Excellent.
Maybe. If that.
And does he get to level up at all, or is he
Hell
got
no.
Shrimpy forever?
You basically the way things work here is that people here are yeah, they're just fixed. You know, I mean, there are different levels, of course, within it, but yeah, they'll never gain proper levels.
Dang.
Unless you gain him some class level.
Exactly. We gotta train this guy.
Well, he will have to be our high priest.
Yeah, we should Tavros and Judge and some others should do some basic sparring with him while on the road.
He
just
needs
to
he needs to
prepare him.
learn how to use his dagger without cutting himself at least.
Yeah, nope. You hold it on the other side, actually, Sebastian.
Tavros can teach him civic studies.
Oh God.
And I'll teach him how to read.
He'll learn
Be a short
nothing.
lesson.
Yeah. This one's A, and that one's A, and oh,
Whoa!
look at Sebastian
Oh
go!
my, he's insane.
There you go.
Oh!
So that's him with a critical hit.
Sebastian's
He's a
out
born
here
natural.
with a
Look at
nat
that.
20, 9 damage. He'll be
Someday he
fine.
will save it all.
As long as something doesn't hit him first. That's the only thing.
He's never gonna be sea combat. If
And
you
just
think I'm
so
ever gonna let him
since
go
you
up
guys
there.
were already talking about it, his AC is 12, and that's with your
Jesus.
leather armor.
Oh my
Good
god!
God. Ugh. He's like painted with a target on his back.
As long as we keep him away from Mayon.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we should definitely keep our eyes open. I'm still very suspicious about that.
That is good, because walking around with the eyes closed is a bad idea.
Thanks.
But isn't that what they want? Adventure?
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe misadventure.
Yeah.
All right. So do you guys do anything else before noon?
I think I'm about done.
Yeah, I think I'm good to go.
I'm good.
Darcy, would you consider yourself to have
Oh.
expertise in the arts of performance?
Why? What do you want?
Well, on the road, I obviously cannot take the amphitheater with me. I was hoping to find a part-time instructor.
Okay. What are you hoping to learn?
Well, I am hoping to learn how to present myself as other people. Acting, if you will.
You want to know how to act, to impersonate.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So I'll go ahead and interject. So in order to learn a new skill, you need to have training. I'm using Xanathar's guide here. So, but allowing you to train to half proficiency first. So if you're going to train to half proficiency, that's 5 work weeks. So that's 5 times 5, so 25 days. Each day, the training must be at least 4 hours. But more than that doesn't add extra days, and you need to be an expert in a skill in order to teach it to somebody else. Which means you need to have expertise. And so in this case, Cyclonin already has a couple of days toward his 25 days. So if you want to teach him on the road, you'd have to find 4 hours in a block to teach him for that day. But you don't have to teach him every day. It doesn't have to be consecutive, so it can be whenever you have time.
Right. I guess it could be like whenever we're making camp or like, winding down.
Not to do Cyclonan's shopping for him, but do we still have our mead reserves? Do we need to re-up?
I don't think he
Nice.
drank it that fast.
I still have an adequate quantity of mead.
Alright, perfect. Then yeah, I think we're ready to head out.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and advance to noon. And as you go to the gate, you will notice that Sebastian is waiting there for you. And you can see he has a backpack on, He has sturdy traveling clothes. You can see like a little sheath with a little dagger in it. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hey, since this is gonna be our first adventure together, I thought I'd get you a couple things to to help out. So here's some armor for, just for your own safety. I noticed you haven't been using some, but you should definitely wear some. It'll be good for you."
He takes it.
Um,
Oh wow, thank you. I guess I should have thought of that. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. That's why we're here. And how do I give this to him kindly? I also I also got you this. It's a whistle. Just like if you get separated from us or if there's an emergency, I want you to blow on it so that we can find you really easily and help you out.
So you want me to keep this whistle and blow on it if I get in trouble, and you'll come right to my rescue?
Exactly.
Please do not use it for social commentary.
Yes.
Okay.
I know it
well,
might be a little embarrassing, but trust me, you're gonna want it if you're in a bad situation.
Okay then, I'll take it, and he takes it from you.
Okay.
It is
God
less
bless.
embarrassing than being chewed on by wolves.
Yeah. Or
No,
panthers.
remember, it's panthers.
Yeah, it's panthers. If more panthers show up that you can't deal with, go ahead and give us a whistle.
Okay, I'll watch out for the Panthers.
I think the only panther I am aware of will not be chewing on him.
Hopefully not.
Out of curiosity, Sebastian, do you know what kind of meat you are made out of?
Yeah, I'm made out of human meat.
Okay, that is good to know. Did you hear that, Davros and Conglomerate?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I already
Not
knew
a
that.
mystery. Got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it is a joke. A poor taste.
He chuckles.
I see what you did there.
You can tell there's some nervousness to the chuckle.
Ha 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 ha.
You will have to get used to that. I am not exactly proficient in quality humor.
Oh,
Okay.
don't worry, I can teach you.
Really? I would have thought you'd be the first to say that was a lost cause.
No, you at least have intelligence.
A modest amount, I suppose.
All right. So you've left the city, and you can you definitely see the map. So you can move 12 hexes in a turn. So what are you gonna do?
Let me consult the note.
I do not see the map. What is happening?
I see the
Oh,
map.
you do not.
No.
I do. Yeah.
I see it.
No
Group
map.
notes. Traverse notes. Okay. West along main road from city is the first direction.
Well,
You still don't see it,
Okay.
Darcy? I see you're on here. And
Wait, guys. Wait, Sebastian has seen us in our otherly form.
no,
right?
he hasn't.
he has
Remember,
not.
we can
Oh.
use him
Not
for
changed.
anything.
What is our plan with that? Do we have a
We are
plan?
working on that. Do not do
Yeah.
anything.
That is kind of a problem.
Like, do we just one day we just tell him like, hey, like
We are
we're not
working on
human.
that.
No, I don't think we should
Like,
tell
hey,
him.
I'm a minotaur, by the way.
You
We're gonna have to
freaking
fight with him
scared
around us
him.
eventually.
No, we're not gonna fight in God form. Or if we do, we're just gonna have to
I
separate
have to
him
fight in
out.
God form.
Well, you can
Don't.
run ahead and go ahead. Just don't
How
do
do
it
you
in
Yeah,
think
front
I'll
of
I-
run ahead. I'll disappear, and then I'll come out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, a minotaur! Whoa, he's helping us. What is this guy doing here?
No,
and then,
you scared him last time.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
remember he
that did
ran
happen,
from
yeah.
You go over there in your corner and not do that.
all right. So Darcy, can you see?
I
you see-
can. I decided to reload the
Okay.
thing and
All right, fair enough. So, as a reminder, I believe that you guys had said last time that you'd wanted to visit that busted statue. You had wanted to go check out those caves in that triangular section, if you can find it, where the demigods or the other pantheon was. Visit the oracle, and of course, move on your journey.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It's
what you
not
actually do is up to you. So, what are you gonna do?
As much as I'd love to
that place
check out,
isn't out of the way.
I don't know if we should be checking out some of our side opportunities, especially another pantheon of gods with Sebastian.
Yeah, we definitely get into a fight.
I
Because if we,
I
yeah,
think
if
we
we
could.
see one of those guys, he's gonna freak.
Well, we
And
can
if we
have
have to get-
slow discussions with him. We don't need to drop it like a bomb.
I understand, but if we have to get into a fight with gods, we're going to enter god form, and Sebastian's just gonna freak and run and die, and then we're gonna be in trouble.
But that's the
Yeah.
point. If we have some conversations with him slowly over the course of our travel, we can adjust him to the
Also,
idea.
isn't the place
Yeah.
we're going to go to fix the statue? That's already guarded by panthers. That is not where the other
Yeah.
gods are right now.
I think I could work it in a conversation, you know, like just
How
casual.
about
you know,
no?
like, hey, Sebastian, like,
So
how would
one,
you feel if
one
I
su-
was a minotaur and I was a demigod? Like, how would that make you feel? You know, I think
One
we would
suggestion I could make, as far as the other group of god, other pantheon, if you're interested in checking that out, you know, the suggestion would be to scout it out and try to figure out where their lair is or something like that, where they hang out, but not necessarily fight them.
destroy
No,
it.
I completely agree, and I think that's what we'd end up doing anyways, but I just, with us, things tend to go horribly wrong.
And
How about
I
we
think
just
if we just
go to
take
the-
conversations. Oh, go ahead.
What's on the way? Better question. What is on
The
the way
Oracle
that's
is on
not
the
out
way.
of the way?
Oracle is
I
on
think
the way.
Oracle is the one side quest we can hit for this little mission.
Well, let's
And
do
the,
that
uh,
then.
And if
Instead of
Sebastian
this
happens to
Sebastian.
die along the way, then we can hit all these other ones up on the way back and not have to worry
If
about it.
yeah, we can always get him on the way back if Sebastian warms up to us being
Or that, yeah.
eldritch beings.
Uh-huh.
And
So
we've got to go.
far,
No, listen, we're not all of us are Eldritch beings,
Pat's
okay?
told him that we are blessed beings, so he knows we can do magical crap, but he doesn't know we're beast people, etc., etc. So he knows we can do magic, just not how different we look.
Well, let us get him used to that. Also, my armor being plate pretty much fully covers me up. So perhaps if I were to change form, it may make me look a little more impressive, but you may not see me as a fearsome beast. So that might help establish a little bit
Yeah,
of
but
the
you have a
threat.
cat head.
Rules question. Rules
I have a
question really quick.
helmet. You've seen the helmet.
Do you have a tail?
Well, remember, even though I become a god, I'm just a bigger version of a human.
Yeah, you're normal. You're the most normal one out of us.
Yeah. And
Everyone else
perhaps
is
that would
either
be-
half animal or an animal.
Perhaps that would be the easiest to introduce him to the idea. You know, me, look at me, I'm normal, just, you know, a bit bigger and
Let's get on the road again.
yeah, we're moving.
Well,
Okay, fine.
I agree.
What
And then slowly introduce us. Tevros
oh,
left.
What if I go back into town and buy a cat tail?
No,
I
please.
don't think that's going to be worth anything.
Do you have a cat tail is what I'm asking. Does your character physically have a cat tail?
Yes, I have a tail.
So, I think
damn
we
it,
go west.
But before you go, what was the rules question?
I seem to be kind of answering it myself. So, I was looking at this spell. I'm not actually going to cast it, but I'm just going to cast it to pop it up in the chat menu. So disguise self, I could use it on myself. It says, unfortunately, it has a specific line about the number of limbs that you have.
Yeah.
What?
But So that's what I was gonna ask about was could I use
Oh, yeah,
disguise
'cause-
self to effectively hide my true god form from Sebastian?
If it has a specific number of limbs, then see.
Well,
different.
as a
this one.
as a bug, he has 2 big limbs and 2 tiny little ones. Maybe he can just fold his tiny little limbs next to his
Or
body,
what I was
and the
thinking is
illusion makes him look human.
Yeah,
with
here's the
2
problem
limbs
right
folded.
here.
I
This line
use
right
them.
there. The same
Yeah.
basic arrangement of limbs. So
Yeah.
you don't solve anything with it.
No, but actually I do solve one thing, which is looking like a bug, because I could make myself look like a 4-armed human, and then maybe we could somehow just gaslight him into
Yes,
like
you could make
thinking
yourself look like a 4-armed human. Yes,
thinking
I
that
would
it's
take
some magic spell that somebody casts on me to give me extra limbs.
I feel like
don't
we
know.
should just slowly introduce
Yeah.
minor magic, and then as he
Yeah.
gets comfortable with that, like, let's not do all this on day freaking
No,
one.
no. I'm not doing this anytime soon. You don't have to worry about that from me.
that. And I only moved you 1 forward because so you guys can grab the token easier. Because it looked like somebody was trying to grab it, and it wasn't working. But that's still 1 hexa movement.
Cool. All right, well, let's head out. Enough talk. Let's travel.
Okay.
Go to
So you can
the...
move up to 12 in a turn. You've already moved 1. Obviously, if you go off-road, then that's rough terrain, and that costs more.
We shouldn't have to go off-road for a while.
Yeah, we just follow the road west for the beginning.
Okay. The
What's-
question I have then, are you planning on visiting that broken statue, or are you just going to head north? Because the reason I ask is that south, Cyclonin would know, because he knows where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were. I mean, I even redid my cantrips so that I could actually repair the statue.
Okay. In that case, Cyclonin, you know that when the road forks, that you have to go south to reach there. All right, go ahead.
Who's gonna move us?
Not me.
Someone take the reins.
Okay. So that's 1, 2,
Uh,
3. Into the woods we go. 4. I can't see anymore.
I can't see. Yeah, I can't see the hexes
Yeah,
anymore.
you can see the road continues off to the left, so you can just go there like that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
go.
Yeah, you
Jesus
just continue
Christ.
going.
All right.
Well,
follow
this
that
is
road.
not to the instructions. I don't know where to
no,
go anymore.
Cyclonin, you may have to lead us to whatever you know the statue to be.
All right, so
That's
now the road
I
goes
see it.
south,
There's the road.
and
Wait,
there
how
you
many
notice
tiles are we going?
the temp shrine of Delena there. So Cyclonin, you can point out where that where the path is because it's hard to see. So I'm assuming you do that.
Did somebody count how many
Sure.
tiles we went?
That was
I did
9.
not-
All right, so let me change you to the map then.
Okay. Now, are we all going, or perhaps maybe I should just take Judge with me, or do we want? Well, actually, yes. Maybe this will help him get used to seeing some of these other creatures we deal with.
All right, let me go ahead and place everybody on the map. I realized I hadn't done that yet, so I'll be with you in a minute.
Would it be safe? I do not need him to get killed as soon as we leave.
I
If
believe
he's
it will be
respectful, I think it is okay, but perhaps leaving him out on the road would be fine.
I will stay with him on the road.
Okay.
safe. I think he should come and learn about the other creatures. It would help
You
acclimatize him to magic.
First, let me know if they would be all right with him coming to the shrine. I do not want to anger anyone on accident and cost our guests their life.
So Darcy, you're on the road. You stayed with the road, but I put you on the map anyway, just so you can see.
Yep.
Can everybody see the map?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you start making your way, and the large panther shows up on the path right away, and he sees the rest of you. You have their heads.
We do not yet. However, I have brought a friend who is able to repair the statue just as it was before. We are still in the process of seeking out this pantheon so that we can destroy them. But in the meantime, we wanted to restore the shrine to its former glory.
He starts. You notice that she growls. Come.
Okay.
You see the statue. You can see that there's a pool, and you can see the statue in the center. It's surrounded by columns, and then there is there's basically a cover that goes all the way around the columns, forming a circle above. You can see the debris where the oh, actually, that wouldn't be there anymore because Cyclone had hid it in the bushes. So
Yeah.
I didn't update the map, but that debris is not there now.
Well, we'll say that it's about to be because I'm going to go ahead and retrieve the parts and lay them out. So I start rummaging around for that.
So, Judge, these are the parts. I did my best to sort them out, so I think this should be a relatively easy task for your mending spell.
Of course. I turn to this
This-
great big legendary panther and ask if I may I please have permission to approach the statue?
Yes.
And I'll
I'll
help.
do my best. I'll do my best to hop so I don't have to step in the water. That would
Okay.
probably be an insult.
Yeah, you hop over and land. It's not a very big hop, so it's fairly easy.
Okay.
And I'll hand pieces over to Judge.
All right, as he's handing pieces over, I'm going to go ahead and start mending and 3D puzzling.
All right. So it's basically a puzzle. So go ahead and give me a intelligence check. This will mostly determine how long it takes to do so.
All right. There is magic abound. There's a gigantic legendary panther. I don't feel too terribly cautious about giving myself a little bit of expert guidance.
And does he get any sort of advantage or anything since A, I'm kind of helping him, and B, I'd already sorted these pieces out so that there's less puzzling to have to do in the first place?
That sounds right. All right, and that takes 1 minute. Okay, so that would be
Okay,
one
so-
piece. So let's see. There would probably be. Okay,
So
yeah.
it's,
So
an
let's
in-
get your roll and see how long this goes.
All right, so this is with advantage because of Cyclonan's help and
Yeah.
1d4 for guidance.
All right, and I see Darcy is playing cards. All right, so it takes you. Let's see, it took you about 3 hours to get here, and then it takes you about half an hour to piece everything together. It seems to go really well. Because everything was so well organized and you just kind of naturally put these things together. So it's just the number of pieces that takes all the time. So yeah, after half an hour, the statue looks the same as you imagine it did originally. And then you see the panther come up and look at the statue, and says, "Perhaps not all of you godlings are so bad."
We try not to.
May I pray to Delena, as we did before?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pray to her, kind of doing my best to follow along with the prayer that he had narrated before.
Okay.
I
Go
will
ahead and give
follow
me-
along.
Go ahead and give me a religion check. As judge,
can-
you have a lower DC because you've actually studied some of the a little bit of the religion.
Alrighty.
What? But I actually heard the prayer.
That's true. That's fair. Okay, so both of you have the same DC. Everybody else who tries it has a higher DC. Yeah, both of you seem to get it right. You actually hear purring for a minute behind you, but as soon as you notice, the purring abruptly stops. Gizzard, are you going to try your hand at the prayer, or are you just hanging out?
I'll try my hand at the prayer. Let's do it.
All right, so religion check.
Okay. With advantage or normal?
Normal,
Just
unless
normal.
you have some reason to have advantage.
No. I do not.
You go through the prayer. Unfortunately, you get maybe half to 3/4 right. But the panther is seems to be so busy noticing Cyclonin and Judge performance that he apparently doesn't seem to notice you.
Ah.
Well, we're done with the prayer. I'll stand and turn around. When next we meet, we will have their heads.
He nods and he says, "If that day comes, then I can show you a place that you may find very interesting."
That's cool.
In my jungle.
I would be honored to earn that privilege. We shall meet soon.
All right. So yeah, at this point, the panther just kind of steps off to the side and watches you as you leave. Are you gonna do anything else here, or are you just going to the mount?
I think we've done everything we can. Yeah, it's probably just best to go before we find a way to put mystery feet in our mouths.
All right. So you've gone 9 hexes. You have 3 more to go on this turn. So actually, if you go back one, you go back one real quick. Yeah. So that's.
Oh, that was the turn off.
That's
Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say that's where the intersection was. All right. So you pass through your turn. It is about 4:30 in the afternoon now. Sebastian's kind of traveling with you, and on the road, and you see him. He's huffing a little, and it says, "Can we take a break and eat?"
Yeah, sure.
Didn't pack your own food, did you?
Yeah, I got food.
Okay, at
Just
least
we've
you
been
brought the
doing a lot
ration.
of walking.
I'm more
I'm afraid
concerned.
you will have
about
to
who
get
gave you
used
the
to this.
food.
Oh, that was our family has cooks, and they prepared some travel rations for me. Apparently, it's not uncommon for members of our family to travel if you're not me.
All right.
All right. So he sits down next to the road and starts pulling out food, and pulls out his water skin, and starts having a meal. So that's probably where we're going to end the session. So before we do, is there anything else you wanted to do or discuss while you're eating?
Is this where
Um,
we're gonna
is
be
this-
camping?
No,
I was gonna
it's
say-
still afternoon. You still have another turn of movement.
Okay.
So he just wanted to rest.
He
Okay.
needed a little snack.
Yeah, then maybe we'll do that right on the edge of the forest here, just so
Yeah,
we
that
have some
sounds good.
cover, eat, and then head off.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing you wanted to do here, then I guess we'll probably call that the end of the session. So.
Maybe we should have a quick discussion with him about magic.
No,
magic?
not now. Not
No.
now. It's day
We just
one,
started
bro.
the journey. Let's give him a day.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
let
okay,
him have
okay.
it one day at least.
Okay, so next time we meet, we will continue on from the spot. You'll have the other part of the day to take traveling. You started kind of late, so you'll probably travel into the evening, and then we'll go from there.